Did I start? Yeah, okay. There. Whoa, that loaded up quickly. Okay. Not a big fan of this version of Twilight Town's music. Or, you know, there's like 2 songs for Twilight Town. I prefer the first one when you're playing as Roxas. It sounds so much nicer. How am I looking on Facebook? Someone sent me a text. Might as well keep on moving. Well, oh my gosh, I forgot how smooth everything looks. Ah! It's so smooth. What's this? Ah! Alright. Oh yeah, going to the station. That's right. Oh, it looks so smooth. I can't take it. Going up the hill. Wait, I'm gonna check it. Items. Wait. Okay. Abilities. Oh, I believe I'm... Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I'm on critical mode. I gotta update that. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I'm playing on critical mode where enemies do a lot of damage and I have so little health. Yay for me. So lucky am I. Share this on Facebook. Try to. I can't do it right now. Okay. Go with it. Just going for it. Get over here. Yeah. Good chance to level up here. Oh, I forgot to stop there. There we go. More! More! More bad guys! Yay! Hey, Evan! What?
What's this?
Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh, okay.
Dang it! Stay still! Is that you, Sage? Go over to this side. I'll let you in through here. Excuse me? I gotta go get Sage. No, you're good. Here, I'll speak. Yes. Be right back! Ah! We're dying. I'll let the cutscene roll. I know how this plays out. Come in.
You gotta board the train and leave town. The train knows the way.
Oh, God. There we go.
Here.
Fine.
How's you guys been joining? Thanks for joining.
The king? Was that really him? It could have been. Yep, I know it was.
You've heard of Kingdom Hearts, right?
I haven't played Kingdom Hearts 2 in a long time.
Oh man, yeah, I got the actually the box is right there to your right. The 1.5 and 2.5 combo
We
set.
just saw it.
Nice.
And if the king is here,
I'm just like, yeah, ultimate nerd.
Yeah.
I got all the games now.
well,
That is
I'm gonna go look for Riku. Then he and I can go back to the island together.
What
Kyra's
console is
there
for?
waiting for
This is
us.
for the PS4. It got
what
up
are you two
HD updated.
Okay.
So which one are we in right now?
This is Kingdom Hearts 2, and this is the final mix version where there's additional stuff that wasn't on the original American release.
Gotcha.
What do you
Yeah,
say,
Kingdom
guys?
Hearts
Let's stick
2
together for
and
one more journey.
358 over 2 days are the only ones that I ever finished.
Oh, me too.
We have
I tried getting through
Come on.
Dream Drop Distance, but I just got stuck at one point, so I gave up.
Yeah.
You can let it.
So that's the 3DS one, right?
Yes,
I
and-
own that, but yeah, I don't know why I didn't play through it.
Yeah, the same thing happened for me for Birth by Sleep. I just said, I don't know what to do. I give up.
Right.
And I haven't even like.
Hey, Sora.
And it was my first time playing it. First character as I was playing as Aqua,
Just
and I'm just like, I give up.
Couldn't get past it.
And no, and supposedly that's supposed to be the easy mode.
Yeah.
And that's because like she's the mage and I'm just I never use magic, so I'm gonna try to get her out of the way. Big mistake.
Yeah. Yeah, because Kingdom Hearts always does the thing where it's, or I don't know if it's always, but you choose between like physical attack, defense, and magic as like your main thing.
Yeah.
And then you choose one to like not use. I always chose magic as the one to not use. So it
Oh,
was-
definitely. I just focused way too much on attacking and trying to survive, and then I'm playing on critical mode.
Can't help feeling like we won't see
And
this
so
town
that's
again.
where it's like your health barely moves. It doesn't level up as much as it normally would.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
you're right.
And so I'm just like full defense. And right off the bat, they give you so many additional abilities. And look at my AP.
Oh, boy.
And that's as much as they give you. And I'm just like,
Why is no experience an ability?
because there are some people out there that are masochists.
Not only is it an ability, it costs you to use.
That's
Like,
haven't thought about it like
The
that.
buff in some locations. Okay, it's just for masochists then.
Pretty much. People who like a challenge, which is like, if they want to, okay. I'm not gonna judge them. Come on. There we go. That's better. Yeah. There, set up. Yay. Alright. Neat thing is, like, I've played Kingdom Hearts 2 so many times. I know exactly where I need to go and what I need to do
Yeah,
too easily.
I feel ya. That's me with Skyrim.
I've only played Skyrim twice.
What's new with this game?
What you playing?
Blazed.
Oh. Is it Pokemon ROM hack or something?
Yep. It's it uses Emerald as the base,
Yeah.
but then they're just like, let's see how much shit we can toss into this.
Oh my.
It's
So-
emerald. It's an emerald in the. Okay. Imagine trying to do. Okay, I'm gonna do this way. Imagine trying to place silver using emerald graphics and diamond and pearl mechanics.
And what are the Diamond and Pearl mechanics? I dropped off Pokemon after Emerald.
Physical and special split, and a bunch of new Pokemon. And
Okay.
a couple new moves.
Gotcha.
Wait, how long did it take for physical and special to split?
Gen 4.
Okay.
Seriously?
Yep.
Let's
I didn't
go.
realize that. I thought it was just Gen 1.
Well, I mean, okay, what I mean by that is like, okay, Gen 1,
Hey, Sora.
special attack and special defense were the
sure we haven't
same
met
thing,
before?
Right.
which they realized, holy shit, that's busted.
Mm-hmm.
And so Gen 2 rolled around,
Positive.
and they separated
Why
special
do
attack
that?
and special defense. Gen 3, second verse, or third verse, same as the second.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't change anything around. Then they but the thing is, in Gens 1 through 3, each move's type, whether move was physical or special, was determined entirely by the move's elemental type. All water moves were special, along with
Don't
all
know where it
grass,
came from.
fire, electric,
Put
dark.
together.
Oh, jeez.
No matter, like bite was
Right.
it's a physical
See
dark
ya.
move, but it was keyed off your special attack stat until Diamond and Pearl.
Oh, God. Yeah, I didn't realize that.
So as a result, Gyarados, among other things, was a big steaming pile of shit.
Right.
Because it's water type, and all of its
All of
stab
its-
moves
yeah.
are physical, or all of its stab moves were special, which keyed off its special attack stat, which is Gyarados' lowest stat.
Oh man.
Which again is already a complete 180 because in Gen 1 that's the reason that he was amazing is because physical and special attack were the same.
Well, no, special attack and special defense were the same.
In
Gen 1, which is when psychic types were gods, because psychic types it was just called special.
Right.
It determined the amount of damage you took and the amount of damage you dealt, which is why Gen 1 Mewtwo is the most broken thing that ever came out.
Gotcha.
They legit have not released anything more broken than Gen 1 Mewtwo. Not even Mega Rayquaza.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, basically the physical and special split in Diamond and Pearl made a bunch of Pokemon that had a formerly bad type stat correlations into viable teammates, and just changed up the meta a lot. And so it has
We have another viewer. Yay.
So yeah, long story short, Glazed 3 regions. Pokemon from the first 3 gens, and a couple from the 4th, and a couple from the 5th. All legendaries ever. It's just that's its big shtick, is that it's got every single legendary Pokemon in it.
Gotcha. Wait,
Oh, boy.
through which gen?
All gens.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean
Guess
general
that's that.
Pokemon too, or just
Nope,
legendaries?
just legendary.
Let's
It's got
go.
Pokemon mostly from gens 1 through 3,
It's
a
not like
couple
we have
from Gen
homes to
4,
return
and then
to.
all the legendaries.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
We don't exist, remember?
And so is it something
Yes,
that's
it's
still
true.
getting updated, or
We
is
may
it
not
finished?
have
game?
homes,
It's finished, more or less.
Gotcha.
but there is some place I want to go. And
And so it
someone
is.
I
It's
want to
a
see.
it's a hack and not.
It's a hack.
Okay.
Same
Because
here.
I've seen a lot of people like to make with RPG Maker,
So,
like standalone.
You think you might let us go?
Pokemon
I know
games
you're here to
too.
get
I
rid
think
of
this
us,
is
but
it's a hack, and it's an IPS file
Wants to
that you
get rid
patch
of
onto
me.
onto a
Go.
clean Emerald ROM.
You sure about
Gotcha.
this?
I owe you
It
both.
kind of says something when the patch is bigger than the base
for
ROM.
what?
Yeah.
Castle Oblivion.
And what
You
this
helped us.
implemented is they have a bunch of trainers who just stand still, and
You don't have to
sometimes
tell
you can
me
just talk to
twice.
them and battle them over and over and over, which makes grinding really easy.
Instead of, I recall in Emerald where you had to call them up first before you
No,
could go.
actually, they would just randomly become available. And then in Fire Red Leaf Green, they had the VS Seeker, where if you walked around, you could click an item in your bag, and it would flip a coin. And if it was if they wanted to, they would say they would rebattle you.
Nice.
This one, they will 100% of the time battle you if you talk to them.
Oh gosh. Find it interesting that you beat their Pokemon to death, and then you
They say,
re-battle them, and their Pokemon are at full health immediately.
"Oh yeah, oh
I was gonna say,
yeah."
I was thinking about that, like, because a lot of the times what people like to do with, ROM hacks and stuff is like make it more realistic or believable or something. I feel like that's less.
Well, like what this
You know.
what this guy is, playing this ROM hack blind is nasty.
Yeah.
Because the first 30 to 45% of the game
comes our
takes
ride.
place in the first region.
Oh, so it's different regions.
Yeah, you've got the
Oh.
the hacked region, the Tunod region. Then you go from Tunod to Johto, and then you go from Johto to basically the Sevi Isles.
Interesting.
What are the Sevii Isles?
Thing from Fire Leaf Green.
Yeah.
Got it.
Endgame islands, basically.
Gotcha.
And so,
I've only beaten Sapphire in my life, so that's why a lot of those things are like over my head.
and most of the effort, you can tell both by both prevalence of bugs and just like the amount of like interesting things put into it. Almost everything was focused on that first region, the fan-made region. And so going through it blind is this guy knew Nuzlockers, and he made this for Nuzlockers,
Oh.
and it is mean. Like this trainer right here, he opens up with a level 9 Pineco. Now, unless you know it's okay, it knows 3 moves: tackle, protect, and self-destruct.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
So, the thing is, if you just run through this, like, you don't stop and grind at all, your Pokemon are going to be roughly level 12 when you hit the guy. And you have nothing in your party that can one-shot it.
Jeez.
You ought to find something nicer to do.
Okay.
Man. Yeah, I would hate teams like that.
So this is like this is just a random trainer who guards the. This is Route 2. This forest is the second place you can encounter wild Pokemon.
We sure do. He's been causing trouble for ages.
Yeah, that's not nice.
And then
Banished him to another
he's got a level
dimension
9
a long time
Pineco, a level
ago.
9 Metapod, which
Wonder
is
how he
obviously just a
escaped.
Metapod.
Right.
But then he closes it with a level 14 Butterfree, which knows nothing but confusion. 50 base power psychic moves coming from Butterfree's special attack? That's spooky.
Right. Oh man.
So,
No.
This guy, he's meant to fuck you up. Then if you survive him, the first, you go and you, it's just like, it's fairly, the rest of it, the next route, it's the power plant.
She's
It's
toast.
pretty standard. Pokemon are anywhere from level 5 to level 10, wild. There's a couple of trainers with, I think, up to level 12 Pokemon. And the boss, so to speak, is this angry
we might have
Pikachu
something
with
to
a
do with
scarf.
it.
We have to fight a bunch of times in the game. And he's level 12 in the power plant.
And it's just like a wild Pokemon, but you can't catch it.
It's a wild, yeah, it's a wild, you can't catch it. It's,
Is it scripted as like a trainer battle or something?
no, it's scripted as a wild Pokemon battle, but it is uncatchable.
Okay.
It's got a 0% catch rate. You can throw balls at it all you want, but then it will never work. And the game crashes if you master balls.
I was gonna say, I was just about to ask about that.
That's bullshit. I would want a Pikachu with a scarf.
It joins your party after you beat the Elite Four. The
Oh,
first
okay.
Elite Four.
That's good.
I was gonna say something like that. I'm sure.
Nobody, and I do mean
Yay!
nobody.
As an extra little in-joke, it has its own special rival music, so to speak.
Oh my god.
And I'll see if you can place the song that he stole from Gen 3.
I doubt all of it.
It's the most badass piece of music to come out of the
Yeah,
Gen.
there you go. No problem.
There we go. I'll turn up the volume, see if you can figure it out.
Sid is
Okay,
the
this is an
king's
ad, but
teacher.
Wow, sounds powerful.
come on, load for me.
Though that commercial always makes me laugh because they're just like, yes, yes.
Wait. This music plays every time you fight the damn thing. This song only shows up once in Gen 3.
I was gonna say that's not Red's theme, is it?
It's for Quazes.
Oh gosh. Oh yeah, I had Gen 3 mixed up. That's Gen 2. Right?
Because the Pikachu is that badass.
They give it, the best thing is you first meet this Pikachu when it's level 2. And it's just like, its sprite has a special special in-game sprite when it joins the battle. It's this Pikachu on all fours with this scarf. The screen goes dark and like these floodlights flicker on, and then you hear dong, 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 and then the battle starts. Da 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 da, and it's a level 2 Pikachu. And then you're like, wow, this music's badass. It's gonna be terrifying.
Oh, that's funny.
Nope.
Just a normal Pikachu.
It's just a normal Pikachu with a special sprite.
Damn it, Goofy, I wanted to kill him.
So, yeah, but okay, basically, yeah.
That's funny.
You beat the Pikachu's ass in the power plant. You get down, and it's like right now your party should be about level 16.
Right.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you the guy. There's a guy in the forest who gives you a mud kip for free. So
Say what?
What starters are?
You're allowed to start off with.
Yes!
You can choose between Riolu, Shinx, Turtwig, Piplup, and Chimchar.
Shanks, Turtwig, okay. So normal Gen 4 starters and then Riolu. Jeez, that's interesting.
Can you get Torchic or Blaziken in there?
I wouldn't have guessed Shinx as a starter.
Me neither, but you can get all starters in the game eventually.
Oh, okay.
Eventually.
Right. Some of them are probably like end game. Maybe stuff.
Yeah, more or less.
I can see that.
So it's like, yeah, you'll probably, if you're nuzlocking this, you'll have a party that is your starter, some like Route 1 Pokemon. So it's gonna be like a Poochyena or a Sentret or a Zigzagoon, something like that, or a Rattata or a Tata, and then either a Shroomish, a Tangela, or a Krogunk,
Well, it's a good thing we're on the job
and a Mudkip.
So the
Or
world's on
Marshtomp, because
peace
you'll
after
probably have
all?
evolved things by now. If you don't get stuff KO'd by that nasty bug trainer,
Yeah.
that's going to be your party, and you'll be like you'll just evolved your starter.
It sounds like Riolu. Well, except unless you had Riolu.
Happiness grinding. If you run back and forth, you can have a Lucario by level 6.
Nice!
Yeah.
Oh, that is beautiful.
I'll take it!
One time, when I was younger, like I don't think I was even in high school. I was like working on doing like a ROM hack, and like I made Riolu one of the starters, and I just changed it to
Level 16 or something like that?
yeah, like level based.
That's what most people do, but this guy's just like, no, it's going to be happiness, which I actually kind of like, because it's tedious, but you can abuse that and evolve it early.
Right. Yeah. So it's kind of a double-edged coin. It's more work, but it's potentially rewarding.
You are Sora.
So yeah, like your Pokemon, like you're level 16, maybe level 18 if you've grinded. Probably, but the bug catcher might have thrown you for a loop, and if you're spooked by that, you probably grind.
Right.
First, okay, you go to the gym. All the gym trainers have level 12 to level 14 Pokemon.
It would seem that the
gym leader,
task of
14,
instructing
16,
you
and
three
18.
falls upon
All of them know Thunderbolt.
Oh, dear
First
God.
gym, his ace is a level 18 Jolteon.
Oh, you better be using your Marshtomp, huh?
With hidden power ground and
We have to go on
Thunderbolt
another quest?
and Slash.
I was looking forward to finding my friend
Oh my
Riku,
God.
That is
so we could go back to the island.
nasty.
Yeah.
Granted, he does give you Thunderbolt if you beat him.
everything in your journey, Sora.
There's worse things.
So
yeah.
I guess it's a plus?
Then
Yeah.
you will find your
So
way
yeah,
home
if you've raised up that Mudkip to a Marshtomp,
Yeah.
you're fine. If you haven't
Alone.
evolved it,
or with
you're
your
fucked.
friend.
Like, absolutely boned.
The
Well, and I
island
mean,
will still be
yeah, I
there.
guess because usually if I'm playing a Pokemon game,
Your best move is going to be like a level 40
Is you
base power 40 stab move,
right.
and he's throwing stab Thunderbolts at you.
Yeah, well, and the thing is, like, level-wise, yeah, I'm usually a couple levels below what I'm fighting. So, like, if he has something that powerful that early, that's gonna be rough.
Well, I always do the opposite. I first go to the gym to remind myself, what level do I have to be at? Okay. Then I go out and grind till I'm like 5 levels over all their Pokemon.
That's what you have to do for this game until you get to the second region. Because like, and the thing is, the level curve is ridiculous.
That's what I was gonna ask about. How do they manage the
This
levels
book
over that
contains
many regions?
valuable
It's
knowledge
really,
you will
really
need
steep.
for your journey.
Like it goes
Study
from
it carefully.
like it goes from 0 to like, or it goes from level 5 to level 40
Once you have
really
finished,
fast.
you will
Then goes
speak of
from
the
40 to about
enemies you will
60.
surely confront.
Kind of slowly. But then you hit Johto, and then it goes from 60 to 80 over the course of the game. And then in the last region, everything's 80 to 100.
Okay. And so, would you say that it feels like it's playing through like several different regions, or it just feels like
It's definitely
several short regions?
It's definitely several different regions.
Okay.
One big one slightly smaller one, and then one that's basically bonus content.
Right. Yeah, I suppose because the islands are they're not significant by any means. in terms of how much there is to do. They're interesting and stuff.
Blah blah.
So yeah, first gym's Ace is level 18, and that freaks people out.
Yeah.
Then after that, you go on to the next city. It's fairly straightforward. You get there's no real issues because you just take a boat over. And then you get a phone call once you get there that you're supposed to come back to your first town. And so you take a detour, and then here's the kicker: you go over this bridge. It's like there's oh boy.
Yeah, they kept that. Sorry to
Wait a sec.
interrupt.
How
Normally,
come the Heartless
like,
are still running around?
so the game expects you had 3 things you had to read. The game expects you to just read all of them, but I found that you can just read one of them and then go talk to the dude, and then you can keep the game rolling. And I'm glad they kept that in. I'm just like, I don't want to do any reading. Sorry. So continue.
So yeah, you've just beaten this gym leader with a level 18 Pokemon, and you haven't grinded at all after that.
Right.
So then you walk to the next town, you take the detour they tell you to take. The first thing they throw at you is a level 23 Buizel.
Oh no.
Level 23 Buizel, and her next Pokemon is a level 20, what's the Gibble, which knows Dragon Rage.
Oh no.
Oh,
Dragon
God.
Rage early in the game is a
Yeah,
killer.
like this game. And then you'll see another trainer that has that same combination.
And it's hard to.
One such as
Oh, and I suppose they don't have fairy type in the game.
They do have fairy types, but there's none available until then. Or at least by that point.
So dragon type is just really hard to counter, huh?
Yeah. So you'll get, hopefully if you'll survive that, then you go on and you obviously you heal because that's gonna wreck you.
Right.
You
Run
heal.
back to the Pokemon Center.
If you next trainer is got a level 24 Starmie.
Okay.
Trainer after that's got another Weasel Google combo. Trainer after that has a
the empty shell they leave behind.
what's Chimchar's evolution level 25.
Gotcha. I forget what that is.
So already right now, like you kind of get an idea of the level curve this thing has.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Kind of absurd.
You go from there, and then the game gets a little nice to you. And the professor, like, you get your quest from the professor, and he says, "Oh, by the way, there's this patch of grass I own." And you walk in there and you can catch stuff from it. Patch of grass has all level 5, wild Dratini, Gibble, Beldum, and
Nobody's.
Holy shit.
They don't exist.
Dratini, Gibble, Beldum, and there's one more.
Now then,
I am intrigued in
the
this.
being you see before
This
you
pleases
is
me.
known
Basically, it gives you a
as
pseudo
dust.
legendary if you
Right.
manage to survive
They are
that
the
far.
most common form of
Here's your
their
reward.
Here's your
Please don't start
There
playing
are
our game.
others. Some larger,
We didn't mean it.
Some frightening and unique.
So yeah, if you manage to survive to that point, you'll have. Like, this is the thing is, if you know what you're calling for and you overgrind, you'll pump stomp all the stuff that's supposed to murder you. And then you wind up with 2 starters and a pseudo legendary of your choice. At which point the game just becomes easy as long as you maintain levels.
Right.
Like, you don't even have to
Of course.
grind at that point except to keep up. You don't have to over level anything, you just have to match it.
That's good. In the words
The
of Owen
beings you
Wilson.
see before you now.
Although the thing is, the second gym, his ace is level 30, so have fun with that. There's a 12 level jump between the first and second gym.
Jeez.
Wow.
That's severe.
Organization 13.
This early game's level curve is brutal. It smooths out a lot after that.
Yeah.
Like it goes from 0 to 30 just like that, and then it goes from 30 to 40 over the course of 2 gyms.
Right.
Then from 40 to 50, and then from 40 to 50 over the last couple gyms, and then 50 to 60 through the Elite Four.
My God.
No.
That's not too bad, actually.
The king sensed the
Yeah, like you
danger
said, you just kind of have to keep
and
up with
journeyed
everything.
forth
Yeah.
to fight it.
And they will randomly give you like
Found the
uber
Dark
powerful
Realm's
stuff
key
and
ring
3
and
starters.
with it close to the
If
door.
you know where to look.
Yeah.
Now he's traveling
Of course,
from
for some of
world
those
to
3
world,
things, like there's one
fighting
dude
the
where you have to
heartless
beat
as he
his
seeks
team
the
of level
answer
60s.
to the riddle of the
And if you do so, he gives you a
and
Victini.
Organization 13.
Another guy with a team of level 50s, you beat him, you get a Haunch Crow.
Then I guess we better go find the king first.
People just giving you Pokemon.
Wow.
Well, we
Some,
won't
yeah, there's a
know
lot of
till we
Pokemon that just
look.
get handed to you.
Yeah, and the king
That's
must
nice.
know where
You
Riku
get-
is, because the
If I
two of
remember
them were
correctly,
together
you
in the
get
realm
at
of
least
darkness
2
when we
of the
closed the door.
3 Hoenn
You know,
starters for free.
after defeating Ansem.
So,
You get a
before
random
you
Mudkip
go,
that
you
one
will
throws at
need
you,
more suitable
and then there's another
traveling
town
clothes.
where there's just a random Grovyle that someone gives
Those look a
you.
bit too small for you. Through there, you'll find 3 good
Like the thing is,
fairies.
if you could, it's not
They'll
that hard to
create
level
for
up if you because
appropriate
you get there's so many routes because you have 3
Or
regions.
Sora.
Yeah.
It sure
Well, it seems
growing
like as long
fast.
as you
I
get past
guess.
The early game,
the early game,
and then
It's
you
just
and then you
cruise.
respect the bullshit that the game throws at you because, like, while that is the worst of the bullshit,
Mm-hmm.
there's still other bullshit. Draco Meteor Frostlass.
oh boy. No.
There's this random trainer who, right before the 4th gym, who has this Frostlass
Okay.
with Draco Meteor.
Oh,
No
God.
explanation given.
You guys, Riku and the king.
That's absurd.
Oh
I
my.
don't care who this organization is or what it's planning.
Okay.
With the 5 of us, 6 of us,
I
there's
accept it.
nothing to worry about, right?
I question it, but I accept it.
Level 35, and you're thinking, okay, no big deal.
Wrong. No big deal. Yes, please. Get
Well,
new
look
outfit.
who's here, dears. Sora,
Hey, do
Donald,
you want a
and
Pepsi, by the way?
Goofy.
Sure.
Oh, when you're looking for clothes, you've come to the right place.
So that brings me to here, where I'm
I'll do the
just sitting here
design.
grinding
Yeah.
forever, trying.
Just beating up on this bug catcher.
Yep, I beat the first gym, no problem. Marched up OP,
Yeah.
but
Oh, that
I
will
want to
never
be.
do.
Oh, and there's the lighthouse challenge. Because they actually have 2 lighthouse challenges. One in the first region, and then one in
But
Johto.
don't you like this better?
First region, that is where you learn the meaning of pain if you go through it.
Are you certain?
Because, you know, you can't. Okay, the rules behind it is you can't back to a Pokemon Center where the challenge resets.
Classic.
Right.
You have to fight 8 trainers, 1 for each of the gyms,
Mhm.
in ascending levels. First guy has 2 level 18 Pikachus.
Would you just decide?
The second guy has a level 20 Nidoking and a level 20 Nidoqueen.
All right then.
Well,
Together now, dears.
Yeah.
level 20
And
Nidoking, level 20
Swablu.
Nidoqueen.
Okay.
Second guy.
Yeah.
Third guy has, I want to say, that would be water, right?
Oh,
That would be a level 20 Horsey and a level 24 Starmie.
he does look very
Okay.
dashing.
Fifth guy. Long story short, it ends with a level 32 Conkeldurr.
Very special powers.
That's painful.
Wow.
After all the gyms and increasing levels and stuff.
The 8th gym in the game is fighting.
Right.
And watch
Yeah, so
what
he's got a level
happens.
32 Conkeldurr with low kick, rock climb, and you know it doesn't even use anything else because it doesn't need to.
Of course. Of course.
2 Keyblades.
Keyblades.
Wait,
This journey is going to be twice as difficult as your
It's
last.
basically Machamp.
Right, no, I'm just that's not Gen 4, is it?
It's from all the gens, but it's got like mostly Gen 1 through 3 with a smattering of 4 and 5 and 6.
Continue on your journey.
I was gonna say, because
Okay, I'll do my best. And thanks a lot.
later.
Oh, and there's something else for you from Master Yin.
Like the thing is, by the time you get to the lighthouse, you'll have, if you've grinded and you beat all the bridge trainers, you're probably going to be about level 24-ish. And then it throws this thing that's 8 levels higher than you after you've already beaten 7 trainers.
That's
Your reward is an Eevee.
I mean, there's
That's
worse rewards, but I guess Eevee evolutions don't have that great of stats. Generally. Do
Well, I
they?
mean, like, okay. Espeon is a passable special attacker. Like, it's not Alakazam tier
Right.
in terms of damage and speed, but it's a fair bit tankier.
What is it?
You've got Umbreon, which is a fantastic tank and sees
I
lots of
suppose.
competitive play.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have fought some tough Umbreons. Like when they get the high defense and just toxic you to death. It's not fun.
They do have Leafeon and Sylveon and Glaceon, which they actually give you a Glaceon now that I think about it.
Really?
In the ice, right before the ice gym, like you walk in some old lady's house and if you talk to her, she gives you a Glaceon.
Interesting.
Nice.
I feel like I almost wouldn't like how many Pokemon they just changed to you. It sounds like it's a lot.
That's why you can choose not to get them, because most of them are optional and you have to go out of the way and like talk to random people to get them.
So you guys ready to go?
Now, just a moment.
His eyes. What the shit?
Because of your previous...
The guy on the left? Or...
The wizard.
Oh, the wizard. Okay.
Look at his face!
That means the pathways...
He's got like
Yo, dude, I got some crazy shit here that you need to try out.
He's got these little itty bitty dots and these great big eyes. He has no irises.
The better to see.
Worlds have prepared new pathways along which you may travel.
I've seen it all.
Pathways may be utilized by unlocking special gates.
Well, I guess like to make things easier for you, they did implement
How these gates are open.
trade stones. If the thing has a trade evolution, you can just slap a stone on it.
Oh, that's nice.
However,
So you're not
the
stuck
Keyblade
with
will
with a
serve as
Kadabra
your
forever.
guide.
Right. Yeah, I just set those to
When a beam of
levels
light radiates from the Keyblade, return to the gummy
Stones
shape.
make sense too.
Though the worlds may seem far apart and out of reach, they nonetheless
Stones probably make more sense just because, like,
invisible ties, as do our
if you do it with
hearts.
levels, then you
Our
can't
hearts are
really know,
connected.
but
That
It
is
also kind of
correct.
gates it a little, where it's like you can't
Got it.
just get it for free. You have to like hunt for the stones a bit, at least until you can buy
As
them.
you proceed, the Heartless and the Nobodies will be using their own paths.
skeleton
Corridors
goes off
of
the
darkness to
just drop
travel
its
from
head
world
into
to
the
world.
water.
Nice.
Which one of the game is this?
Oh, this is Breath of the
Pathways
Wild.
to the gates between the worlds.
Looks so good.
The one that Yahtzee, I watched Yahtzee's review on this.
Now
He
then,
said, yeah, Legend of
is
Zelda
all the
fanboys
information
are going
I
to
can
love this,
give to you.
and they're also going to see how fast they can
Go
speedrun it
forth,
by ignoring all the
Sora,
quests and running straight at the
Donald,
boss.
and Goofy.
I think
Everyone is waiting.
I'm not sure what the record is. It's somewhere around a
Okay,
half hour
let's get
now.
going.
No. Yeah, I think somewhere
Then after they've speedrun it, they're going to do the same thing, but blindfolded using a Guitar Hero controller.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I saw someone recently play through Dark Souls using like bananas.
You can use
Yeah.
You can use bananas in
Like
Dark.
physical bananas.
Like,
Like
okay,
as
the way it works
controllers.
is you hook up diodes to the bananas.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So when you hit a banana, the game registers, oh, that's L1.
Yeah, there's no like banana weapon in the game.
I was about to say, but even then, that's really cool.
Surprised, but
But yeah, his overall review was, fuck AAA sandbox games, and fuck this expansive wilderness that I'm seeing here.
Mustn't remember her name.
is that like a lighthearted fuck it or?
She was a
Like, the
mean
thing is,
old
this
witch.
year, apparently, everyone and their dog.
The memories
Like,
are
you know how a
coming
couple years
back.
ago, everything
What
was
do
like,
we
you know,
do?
a first-person shooter?
What do we do?
For the past
Now
couple years,
everything's open world.
it's like, yeah, open world sandbox.
See, I don't mind that though because I'm a slut for a good open world. Like, to me, that's
As you've mentioned through your playing of Skyrim.
right. Skyrim is kind of.
He said he liked Skyrim, but he didn't like Borderlands, and he didn't like
Borderlands isn't.
all the clones that Borderlands and Far Cry spawned.
I wouldn't call Borderlands an open world necessarily. I mean, it's open in that you can go where you want, but like, it doesn't have like the exploration features as much. You know.
I don't know. It's AAA marketed as a sandbox.
I found it interesting when Metal Gear Solid series decided to make.
I do love
To go-
Borderlands though too.
I found it interesting when the Metal Gear Solid went open sandbox for Metal Gear Solid 5.
Like, I know he was joking, but like his closing complaint was, I've seen too many goddamn rolling green hills, and this game has made me sick of goddamn rolling green hills.
Wait, I think
But
it's
like, the thing is, even if the environments are not super
Whoa,
nice,
fuck.
and I like I think I can accept that, but like, I think the thing that I really like about this game is just the lighting and stuff in it. But it rains too much. Oh man, I'm sick of the rain in this game because I think they made it rain too much because really
Well, I know I've been talking a lot of Pokemon, but as soon as you said that, I'm reminded of the first official review to come out for Ruby and Sapphire. 7 out of 10. Too much water.
That was Omega and Alpha.
No, that was the original.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was Omega and Alpha.
Nope, they said that about the first. That was the first thing that anyone said when Gen 3 came out.
Wow. Okay.
Like, the thing is, there's nothing wrong with the games from a gameplay perspective.
Oh no.
It's just that 2/3 of the map is a featureless ocean.
Yeah, and I don't really like water in those games anyway. But the reason that I don't like the rain in this game is because, like, their primary like exploration mechanic with this is that you can climb everything.
Okay.
But like, rain makes it like almost impossible to climb
It's Hollow
things.
Bastion.
So it just stops you from being able to progress in certain areas.
Oh boy.
Okay.
And it feels very counterintuitive, especially
So
when
the rain is it just a random spawn thing, or
it's
is it an environmental hazard that's always someplace?
in some areas it rains
Looks
more.
like we're gonna have to do some
Some
fighting.
areas it rains constantly until you beat a certain puzzle. But yeah, I'd say it's generally random. It rains like almost every day in the game.
Oh boy. I recently heard today when I was watching another Twitch channel, That One Video Gamer, who also has a YouTube channel. He was holding a podcast and they brought up the subject about the pricing of the Switch, of how it's way overpriced.
It is not.
Because
It is fine. It is $100 cheaper than the PS4 was when it came out.
No. This is how they were comparing it. Supposedly, it's supposed to be sold at $60.
That's no one would in their right mind would sell a game console in this day and age for $60. No.
Nintendo's
Nobody.
gotten away with it before.
Okay, but like
Yeah, that's the thing. Nintendo has been trying,
with
wanted
the 2DS and stuff, sure, but like
And I was thinking of older. Like when the Game Boy first came out, it was $80.
okay, but
Well, that's all. Consider the time.
I mean, the Advance then, because the Advance was also about $80 when it came out.
but
It's
like,
a weaker console, I'll admit, but
see that's the thing is I think I agree that the Switch probably should be more powerful, but at the same time I think in terms of like the features that it has, I think it makes up for that.
I did hear an interesting review that pointed out a glaring design flaw in the Switch.
What's that?
If you have it propped up so you can use it as a TV.
Yep, you can't charge it.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, it's the worst, especially if you're like
Why?
right, because like especially because like one of their big advertised things is tabletop mode. So you do that, and you detach the Joy-Con.
Look out!
Yeah.
And then
charge it.
once you play for like a couple hours, it needs to be charged.
Because this thing burns through battery life like you wouldn't believe.
Right. Well, if you're not playing Zelda, it's not too bad.
Also, fuck backwards compatibility is Nintendo's new thing.
Yeah. See, well, another complaint I have about the Switch is that it's all ports, it feels like. And I mean, there's a lot of ports that I'm happy about. Like, again, I'm...
Every Zelda game ever, basically.
Right.
Nintendo's realized that, we have things that everybody gives us money for. Let's keep making those.
Yeah.
So, here's Super Mario 2 and Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time again.
Yeah. And people are going to buy it just for nostalgia. I know
like
something
you're doing
that a
okay.
lot of people are kind of
what did you
wanting
expect?
is Nintendo to transfer your like virtual console purchases from like
Hey, Yuffie,
3DS and Wii
have
U
you
to
seen
the
the King and
Switch.
Riku?
I'm kind of hoping they do that, but I didn't buy a lot of virtual console stuff just because the whole
I had a feeling I'd see you
gaming
guys
thing
again.
isn't really my shtick.
Yeah.
But,
We
Yeah,
may
I don't
never
know.
meet again, but we'll never forget each other.
really the biggest selling
Is that
point for
supposed to
me
be
is that it's
Leon?
portable, and that it's like a
Everybody's
mainstream
working on stuff
console.
over
Because
at
something that
Merlin's
I've looked
house.
at a lot is like the
Come on.
handheld Steam machines that people are kind of coming out with. If you've heard of it's either Smack or Smock Z or something. It essentially looks like the Switch, except for you can't like take the handles off, but It's a portable Steam machine.
I feel like Yasi said, and a lot of people have said it, that the Nintendo Switch isn't terribly comfortable. Like, what are your thoughts on the whole console controller grip thing?
You mean like the grip that comes with it?
Like using it as an actual, like, the controller as a controller is like the thing, like, quote Yahtzee, it's like designed as if machines in geometrical angles are more important than actual human hands.
It's so okay. When you're using it and the Joy-Con are attached to the screen or whatever, I find that I end up almost holding it like a phone.
Okay.
So if you find using your phone for a long time uncomfortable, then you're gonna find it uncomfortable.
Okay.
Because, like, really the only thing is, like, you know, you're not going to hold it like this. You're going to probably want to put your pinky under it or something for a little more stability. And I've found that, like, with really, like, extended play sessions, that can get irritating.
I know.
But otherwise, I've found it generally comfortable. It took a little while to get used to, for sure. And it was strange, but I don't think it was...
Wait. Does that mean you
I don't think it's something that I would ever complain about.
Okay.
So where have you guys been all this time?
We were sleeping.
I think my hands are pretty average sized, and I've not had any problems with that, really.
That's good.
It doesn't matter. This
I
is
think
great.
when you take the Joy-Con off and use them
Everyone's together
individually,
again.
it's uncomfortable.
So,
But again, I
we're
haven't
trying to
used
find Riku
it
and
like
the
that
king.
very much.
Have you seen
I
him?
know they came out with the controller attachment where you can take the joysticks off the screen, and then
Right.
once you put the joysticks into this
but let us know
attachment,
if
it
there's
holds like
anything
a
we can do
normal
to help.
controller.
Yeah,
Okay.
it comes with one of those, actually.
Okay.
Do you ever catch yourself using that a lot, or do you just prefer this?
So the thing is,
Bastard's got a
I
problem.
almost always play it
big
in
problem.
like handheld
You mean
mode. I
like
don't plug it
nobody?
into a TV.
Heartless?
That's right.
Yeah, I don't plug it into a TV,
Sounds
so
like you could use our
I don't really
let's
have
cut
a
to the
reason
chase.
to take the stuff off of the system.
Sora.
Right.
Donald. Goofy.
What I've
We were hoping
found
the
is
three of you
I
might give
did
us a
buy
hand around
and used for a while some
Like we're gonna
like
say
rubber
no?
grips that kind of add like a bump to the back
Oh, that's good.
there,
who I'm
and that
doing.
makes it more ergonomic for sure. I really recommend that if you intend to like
Just
only
think of
play
it
it
as a sort
handheld.
of
But the
beyond
problem is that you have to
compliment.
like take that off if you want to put it into the grip and stuff like that.
Right.
So it's just a little bit unwieldy.
Follow me to the Bailey. There's something you need to
But
say.
yeah, no, I don't really find myself grabbing that unless I'm really feeling the need to recline or something.
Oh, I thought it was you. Right on time.
Yeah. I like it a lot. I think it's
Sora and the
I think
gang said
it's
they're gonna help
comfortable.
out.
Generally, I think it's
We'll count on you.
it fills kind of the niche that that I
yes.
personally
Did you
look
get
for
food
because for
cards?
me gaming has always been about portability. Like if they came out with another thing
Here.
comparable to the Wii
They're
U where it's
presents for
just
you.
like a home
Leanne
console,
thought you might like
I
to
wouldn't have
have
bought
them.
it.
Right.
It's
I
kind of like how I wind up with like I am a major
Hollow
PC
Bastion
gamer now.
Restoration
Yeah.
Committee
Because-
honorary member.
Like, granted, PCs aren't terribly portable, but I can take this laptop damn near everywhere.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm also mostly
thanks,
like
Leah.
primarily PC, and I use a laptop,
Oh,
and it's
no.
more
We're
expensive,
supposed to
but
be at the
I don't
Bailey.
care.
I probably
It's more expensive if you pay for it. That's the
right.
thing.
I primarily stick to consoles because
I'm a damn dirty
like
pirater.
Well, I mean like the computer itself.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you can't pirate a laptop unless you're actually
stealing it.
physically
Right.
stealing it.
Although
I could not have pirated my Alienware.
I know a guy who actually he got his hardware from a buddy, and he wasn't sure where his buddy got it,
Really?
and then he pirated his operating system.
oh god.
Jeez.
And he was just like, he was running a computer that was found on the back of a truck using a bootlegged version of Windows 8.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
That's funny.
And then he proceeded to bootleg literally everything else.
Of course.
I
mean, why stop yourself there?
Except stuff by Bethesda. He had his personal policy to never bootleg Bethesda products.
see. I stopped pirating games once I got a job.
Yeah.
And even though I don't currently have a job, I still just don't feel right about it anymore.
Right.
It's like the last game I downloaded quasi legally. It was Crusader Kings 2. Which the thing is, it's a game that's been out for like since like 2008.
Right.
This is like an 8-9 year old game. If I were to buy it on Steam today, I would have to shell out $99 for the base game.
Wait, for what?
Crusader Kings 2 by Paradox. Yes, I checked. It was.
That can't be right. I own that game. I don't play it, but I own it.
Maybe it was like the
CK2 doesn't cost that much.
It did when I checked, and it was just like maybe they threw in a couple DLC.
I was gonna say that had.
But to get the base game and all the DLC would have ran me about $150. Oh. And I was just like,
oh, did I get mine as part of a humble bundle? I probably did. That's probably what it was. So I guess I probably can't even tell you. Okay.
Like, I'll just
the last time I ever pirated stuff was last year on my past laptop, and it was Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
It's on a laptop, and it's a non-laptop game. I don't know if I would call it pirating.
Look at that.
That's kind of my
well,
philosophy
kind of got it for
with all the ROMs.
$39.99 for the base game.
Oh, okay. It was like $99 for the base,
$60 for the anniversary.
What it used to be.
It was okay to get all the DLC would have ran me $100.
Something better. There's still a lot to do.
$217.
But I'm sure we can handle everything.
Crusader Kings 2 collection.
For that.
Yeah, so that would be like, oh wait, no.
And that.
Yeah. So. Yeah, there is a shit ton of DLC for it.
Yeah.
So that's probably what it was. Is it was with all the DLC.
And I'm just like from the reviews I've read, the game really isn't playable per se if you don't have the DLC.
You know what's going
it's
on
like playing vanilla Civ 5.
There's this guy.
When
who's been going around
Brave New
plotting with the
World
Harpies.
exists.
Yeah.
But
and the
he's not
DLC makes the
smart
game
enough
so
to
much
tie
better,
his
and
own
then I
The
did
ones
like
we need to
literally
worry
10 minutes
about
of
are the
searching.
nobots.
Yeah.
Found a dude who was willing to just like share full game and all DLC.
oh my
From a actually surprisingly not sketchy site.
Huh. Have you looked at G2A? I know, like the internet kind of hates it, but
What's that?
it's a website where you can just get like free cheap Steam keys. It's just G2A.com.
I've used that so I could get a code to get Roller Coaster Tycoon off Steam for cheaper.
Right.
And I'm so happy.
I think like the same website also had Undertale, which was another thing I downloaded.
Oh gosh.
I made a terrible mistake with that because now I'm gonna have to play through it eventually.
Yep.
That's the thing is like when Undertale came out, I was like, oh, maybe I'll play it, and then the internet like just talked about it constantly, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna play this anymore because now I almost don't like.
I've been spoiled too much. I know how it works, and holy shit, there's too much fucking porn for Undertale.
Oh my god. Of course.
There's also just to make you like lose faith in humanity even more. There's porn of the Nintendo Switch dog.
What's the Nintendo Switch dog?
Of course. Okay, so like when you put the Switch in the grip controller, like the Joy-Cons, it looks kind of like a dog.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Like with floppy ears.
Finally done.
Well, Rule 34. Right?
Yeah.
You know, I'm not shocked. I'm not happy that it exists, but I'm not shocked. I hope no one is happy that it exists. I hope whoever made it feels bad about themselves.
Like there's like I know
That should not exist.
any amount is too much, but the amount that exists is definitely too much.
Wait, it's not like just one isolated picture.
No. Dear God, no.
Isn't the internet a wonderful place?
6911, never forget.
Excuse me? Yeah, you know what? I don't want to know.
There are erotic.
You said 69, so nope.
There are erotic images of the Twin Towers collapsing.
Well, of course.
Oh, god damn it, internet.
You know people made that ironically. Like, they were just trying to be trolls at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, G2A has... anyway, G2A has really, like, good deals. Because essentially what the idea of it is like people like during Steam sales will buy games for cheaper, and then they'll just sell them for like $1 more.
Okay.
Like when they're not on sale. So you can get like really good deals, or like they'll get extras in Humble
Watching that
Bundles or
jump and
something.
it's
that they
Like
don't.
you can't
And
stand
they'll
on
just
it.
make their money back a little bit
Okay.
that way. So it's kind of nice, and that's the idea behind it. It's just some people like get their keys like in illicit ways or something. Apparently, I don't know. I'm not certain all the reasons for the hate for it, but that's like I got Watch Dogs 2 for like $30 on there. And I like it because so Guild Wars 2 is kind of the main MMO that I play, and whenever I'm like getting someone else into it, like so it's a free-to-play game, but once you get to level 80, there's like an incredibly there's way more to do if you have the expansion. So like it's and 80 is the max, by the way. Once you get to max level, you're almost wasting experience if you don't have the expansion. So I just tell people to get it there, and you can get it for like $30 instead of like 60. So you know, I like it as a resource for that. It lets me get more people into the game. Squeeze.
Well, I get that. I found a similar website for books called books.org, spelled with 2 C's.
Damn it! What?
That's 2 deaths now.
Yeah!
Stop it.
I've been doing good up to now!
Come on, get good. I thought you played this game a lot.
I'm on critical mode.
Yeah, whatever.
These are random.
I'm sorry, do you want to try this?
This isn't even a boss.
I would,
These are just
but
random mobs.
I would just show you up. I don't think you want that on stream.
So the person that hasn't played it in a couple of years. But anyway.
And it's just like, as far as I've found, it's incredibly reliable. Like, right now it's 5 for 5 in both delivering the book I was looking for and
it's physical copies.
No, digital copies.
Okay.
Usually PDFs.
Gotcha.
And like basically, I was trying to read this fairly obscure book series by Stephen Brust, the Dragera series.
Okay.
You ever heard of it?
I
Taltush, Thera, Phoenix, Yendi, Tekla. There's 17 books in the main series.
Interesting. Oh yeah, and then if it's that long of a series, you're gonna want something.
And it's like obscure enough that Barnes and Noble wouldn't even carry it.
Have you? Well, I suppose if you're not necessarily looking for physical copies, have you looked at prices? Yay!
I think so. I actually, the thing is, before I found this goofybooks.org, I was using the Open Library, which is an internet archive that has information, if not actual copies, of damn near everything.
Oh, gotcha. That's cool.
So I got the first couple of books in the series through using this Open Library thing, which, as far as I can tell, is actually 100% legal.
Really? That's again.
They use online lending, so it's like this organization has 3 online copies of this book, and if you have an account, you can borrow one for 2 weeks.
Oh, that's cool. So it essentially functions exactly like a normal library, just digitally.
Yeah.
Can you like copy this stuff? Or is it like
if you wanted to? If you wanted to,
so then you just have it.
Yeah.
But at least on their side, it's completely okay.
Yeah. I mean, theoretically, anybody could make a copy of the physical book if they wrote it down.
It's true. I mean...
Alright.
Okay, that's getting a little... I got you.
You can't copy the file.
Yeah!
You could copy it down.
Oh, like copy and paste it.
Yeah.
You know, back... before I got my 3DS, when I was still doing stuff with my DS, I had one of those, like, game cards or whatever, so that I could, like, pirate DS games, essentially. And I used it to play, like, Japanese DS games and all that stuff. But I found out that you could put text files on it. So I essentially turned my,
Did you just get one shot?
I essentially turned my DS into an e-reader.
That's amazing.
What?
By copy-pasting just entire books onto it. And I would just sit there on my DS just scrolling through and reading, and it was fine.
I'd do that. Damn.
It was kind of funny. It's like, okay, I know this isn't like the purpose for which I have this like cartridge thing, but you know?
So it's like, so yeah, I read the first 3 books. just fine. Open
Yeah.
library had my back. Fourth book, they're like, well, you can get physical copies from these libraries. And I'm like, I'm not going to Washington State to get a physical copy of this darn book.
It's only like 20 hours. What's the problem with that?
So thus began my quest to find the fourth book in an obscure fantasy series. For free on the internet.
Yeah.
That took me a while. Like among other misadventures, I found what looked like the perfect version. It was a PDF of the entire series from this French website, and I'm like, cool.
Was it in French?
And yes, it was in French.
Oh God.
Just gotta learn French.
So then I was just like,
That would actually be kind of a fun way to practice French, but if French isn't something that you know, then...
yeah, I know absolutely no French, and I was just like, oh.
Oh, that sounds
So then I checked out
wonderful.
Reddit for advice, because apparently someone had asked basically the same thing I was wondering. And they're like, yeah, check out this weird website, books.org. And I did, and now then they haven't failed me yet.
Nice.
That's good.
Well, that's good. Yeah. I'm glad you found that. Just gonna grind for a little bit. I haven't been doing a lot of reading lately, but I've been reading, do you know Isaac Asimov?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course I know Asimov.
Yeah. Some people don't. I've been reading his Foundation series, and
Okay.
it's nice. It's pretty cheap on Amazon, actually. It's like $7 per book. It's not bad. I think I probably should look on like half-price books and stuff first, but it's it's hard to say no to that Prime shipping. There we go.
Yeah. It's just like, I just think it's kind of like one thing I've learned in my experience of trying to find books online. There's a certain threshold of popularity that a series needs to be in order to find anything about it.
Right.
Like
Yep.
if it's below that threshold,
It has to even have like some sort of cult following if you're gonna find it.
yeah, well, not even like there's just like most of the time the way you'll find like online free books is through sketchy back alley PDFs. Where like there's some person just randomly downloads 8,000 PDFs and then puts them through some Thai website. Because like that's what I found. That's the first you'll find, like the book you're looking for next to a book about auto maintenance, next to a college textbook, next to
So just super eclectic, yeah.
yeah. It's just like these random random books that this program downloaded somewhere. And if a series isn't big enough to appear on those lists, you're just not gonna find it anywhere. Which is what I was encountering with the particular series.
It's kind of frustrating. But yeah, I'm glad you found it.
You might actually like it. It's like a swashbuckling kind of crime noir type series.
Oh.
Look at
But like fantasy?
it's fantasy. Like the setting is I forget the name of the continent. They don't actually talk about it. Oh, Adrilanka is the city it takes place in. You've got humans, which come from the east, and you've got what's basically elves.
Yeah.
The two don't get along too well. Main character, Vladimir Taltush, is a human who lives in the elf city. Elf society, basically, there's 17 noble houses, and each one has their own hat. Per se. Like, he's a member of House Jareg, which is the mafia house. And that's its job. Like, they're the scavengers and organized criminals. He's got buddies in the House of the Dragon, who are headstrong military leaders.
Okay.
There's the Deserve, which are, like, 6 against 6,000. I wouldn't miss that fight for the world.
Sounds like one.
So it's like, yeah, so you got all these different like hats that the nobles of the continents have, and then they have Easterners, which are basically Hungarians. All humans are Hungarians, and the elves have a goofy role in society.
Oh, that's interesting. I gotta do this.
And it's like where the crime noir thing comes.
Yeah.
The main character is like a mid to high level crime boss.
The Keyblade.
Okay.
Interesting.
and a veteran assassin.
Huh.
And he's just this snarky asshole who you grow to love, because even though he's a snarky asshole, the people around him are even bigger assholes.
Oh, that's great.
So his assholeness is diminished by the level of assholeness around him.
Yeah. Like, he's a dick, But like the people he kills and the people that he fights are even
bigger dicks.
Yes. Oh, and he's got a wisecracking Jarek familiar. Like Jarek, like all the houses are named after animals.
Okay.
And embody some of their characteristics. House Jarek is the Jarek is basically a little flying poisonous dragon.
Huh.
That with human level intelligence, the size of a cat.
Interesting.
And it rides around at his shoulder. And he like they
just cracks wise.
Yeah.
Meow meow.
That's funny.
This guy.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
He's also got a really like solid foundation on like how magic works in his setting. Like,
so he really talks, like explains it a lot.
It's a big case of magic A is magic A.
think that's polite?
Or it's like basically elves.
Wait, so what did you say
said
the
get out of the
series was
way!
called again?
The Dragira. You just look up
Talk all you want.
Can you spell it?
But that won't
DR.
change it.
No, I can't spell it. So look up JHEREG.
See,
It's the
that
first
would
book in the
work.
series, not chronologically.
I were just any old
ER.
dude. Except
So
I'm
it was
not.
first book
I'm with the
release.
organization.
H-E-R.
Nothing any old
EG.
about me.
Huh. Tough talk for someone who stood on the sidelines while his
Yep.
nobody flunkies did the fighting.
Oh, J-H-E-R.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you got the wrong impression.
You gonna cry?
I know this dialogue way too much.
Why don't I remind you how tough the crowd you're dealing with really is?
Remind
See
me.
if half-price books have something. Never know with that.
That's right.
He
used to give me that same exact look.
I guess you think you can psych me out by saying really random stuff.
Boogers!
I
just don't know. I don't know if I want boogers today.
You
Be a good boy now.
Only elves can use, or people who have bought a title in Elven society
Okay.
can
That
use,
was
like I
weird.
guess what they call
Who
sorcery,
gave him
which
the
is
same
traditional. That you concentrate on something and magic happens.
He was just trying
Okay.
to confuse
Like you throw a fireball,
Yeah.
or you
you're
teleport
right.
something, or
So-
you put up a
Only one
barrier.
Say
Okay.
Jareg, Yendi, and Tekla are the first three?
Yeah.
And then is it Athera?
Hollow Bastion Restoration
okay, the way it
Committee
works, there's
honorary
17 individual books, but every like 3 or 4 books is within another big book.
Huh?
So, the Book of Jareg has Jareg, Yendi, and Tekla. The Book of
Yeah,
the Book of
okay, so that's
Talfish
why I
has.
came up with that. Okay, so the Book of Jareg, Yendi. Okay. Yeah, and so they do have it from like $4 for the first two. It's not too bad.
So yeah, Elven sorcery is instant, and you concentrate on it, but you have to be an elf, or you have to give the elves money.
To give them money.
Like that, like there's this magical orb that they created way long in the past that lets them do this sort of magic.
Yeah.
Have a psychic link to this orb. And if you are a member of the house, like the only way that most people can enter a house is by becoming a member of the peasant class, or by buying into the
Now
mob.
I get it.
And that's what the main character did.
Or his dad
That must
did,
have
but
been
yeah.
the gate
Oh,
young
gotcha.
Sid talked about.
And if you become a member of the house, they're like,
Sorry
okay,
to run, Leon.
we'll put you off the
But
restricted list
other worlds are calling.
and let you use magic powers.
Organization 13.
And then the Hungarians, they use what's called witchcraft, where it's like just put a bunch of random stuff together and chant for 3 hours,
See you soon.
and something might happen.
So not quite instant.
Not
what you're
definitely not quite instant. But the thing is, because A, only humans do it,
Uh-huh.
and B, it's really obscure.
Right.
Most people in like the Elven society give no shits about it and have no idea how it works. So if you actually know how it works,
Does he really have the power to wield the key?
So it's
He's
potentially
nothing
really
but a
powerful. It's just
boy.
no
It's
one
just-
thinks it will be.
it's just it's powerful
He's
because
straight
nobody
as an
bothers with
arrow.
it. Like there's a
Pure
couple
of heart.
couple times in the story
Unlike all of us.
where they use witchcraft to track people down that they ordinarily wouldn't be able to track
Or else
down
he's
because the guy's
worthless.
like, oh yeah, people are only going to use sorcery to track me down because there are no witches here.
Yeah.
Because there's not. There's like no humans.
He'd like a hand to determine his fate.
I like it. It's a good
As
good
long as it
series.
works in our
Yeah, I might
favor,
look into
we
it.
can let him do what he wants for now.
then we'll all jump in if needed.
This is one of the scenes that was in the final mix
Are you
version.
saying you'll volunteer to take care of it if
In the
things go
original
wrong?
release. So the original
What?
release came out,
Me?
and then
No,
Japan
you
got a
have the
final
wrong
mix
guy.
version, which
I'm
included
not
additional
comfortable with that.
cutscenes, additional
Like
boss
the
fights,
Zoom
including
have a
one that really pissed me
When was
off
the
to find
last
out
time
that
anyone of
that
us
should have been
done
that
anything?
me personally should have been in the
Words were
original
never
game.
spoken.
Okay.
Because
Well, I
when the
suppose the
cutscene
fun
came
will have to
around
wait.
that of these two characters fighting,
What happens to those who lose their true
I had
purpose?
controller in hand, ready to
They
fight,
destroy
and
themselves.
it was Sora versus Roxas. That's an actual battle that they put in here. So I was sitting there ready to play, like, yeah, I get to fight Roxas.
Who are these edgy edgelords?
Organization 13. Enough said.
Okay then.
They're all, what is it?
Nobodies.
Yeah.
So, in this
So
universe,
they're like not
there-
people.
Yeah,
But they're-
in this universe, there exists Heartless and Nobodies. Both of them are the result of someone falling into darkness. The Heartless is the darkness of the person's heart, and the Nobody is the empty vessel that is left because of it.
It's like their body.
Yeah, and these people in the black hoods are like special nobodies that control all the other ones.
Yeah. So like the white bad guys that you see are like wimpy nobodies, and then the guys in the black hoods are.
They're nobodies.
They are somebody nobodies.
Let's see.
Looks like there's a lot of the Vlad Telltale stuff on Amazon too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not cheap per se, but
It's like the series, like, it's not really obscure. It's got a definite cult following. It just never made it.
it's just hard to find for free.
Yeah, it never made it big.
Gotcha.
Let's go!
Oh, wait, gotta fix that. Full auto!
Oh my.
And then...
You don't use inverted?
Nope,
controls?
I just keep it like this.
Oh my, that's a lot of things.
I never liked these sections.
It's like, hi.
This was more...
I see you're playing an action adventure with focus on swords. Let's have you play a bullet hell for a second.
Right? It's like, why?
This is a better way of... This is a better... compare this portion to the gummy portions of Kingdom Hearts 1. This gives you something to look at, which is good. Makes it a little more bearable.
I don't recall much about Kingdom Hearts 1. I never finished it.
Me neither. I just remember the gummy portions compared to this were terrible.
There's probably an achievement you get for beating this without taking damage.
Most likely.
You know, they never talk about your character as like an expert pilot or anything. It's just like
Just like, yeah, do it.
you're just an average person who somehow is a really good.
You're just the everyday standard protagonist where you're good at everything.
Exactly.
Anime! I love how smooth everything looks. Especially compared to
What did this
what
come
it
out originally on? Like the gameplay?
PlayStation 2.
Okay.
Kingdom Hearts has always been PlayStation.
That's weird. Forgot Nintendo
It's
made stuff
the
like that.
Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to come out on the Xbox One.
Hearts isn't Nintendo, is it?
No, it's not. It's Square Enix.
Oh, my
Same
bad.
people of Final
just that
Fantasy.
style. It's Disney.
Yeah, yeah.
Disney is what you're.
The
I
reason
can see how it would get confused.
Yeah.
I
know
know
the same context all the time, and I was just like, oh.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. I really do love like the combat and stuff in Kingdom Hearts, but like just the spaceship sections just do nothing for me.
Yeah.
What was it? I was running Kingdom Hearts 1. I was trying to get it running on my PC.
Really?
And it works pretty easily. I just
There was a time where I was trying to get Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix onto my laptop, but I couldn't find, like, a source that was reliable.
See, for me, the problem was that it just took up more space than I wanted it to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't want to keep... Because essentially what you have to do is have the... What's the file called? ISO. You had to have the ISO on there.
Okay.
What is that again? I've seen that before, but...
In ISO, it's just like a virtual CD.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's
where
level 13.
Yeah, that's
a lot of piracy.
That's how I got my CK2.
Yeah.
It was some sort of site that dedicated to cracking games.
Yep.
And it had a Steam key on the ISO that would let you use the DLC.
Yeah. So that's pretty much yeah, and that's kind of where it is with like PS2 emulators and stuff like that. You just have to get the ISO and keep it on your computer and stuff. Mm-hmm. I need to see if there's like a good PS3 emulator because I really want to play through the first Infamous game. I want to beat the second one again too. Either of you guys played Infamous?
No. I know of it.
Electric superpowers and stuff.
Yeah.
It's really cool. And it's open world, which, again, I'm a slut for an open world.
Oh, yeah.
I have, what's it called? The one when you get, like, mutated or whatever. Like your arm comes into a claw or something.
Oh, Prototype!
Yeah, I have Prototype.
I when I first got that, I'm just like, this is amazing!
I don't remember what's the... maybe I did. Maybe I watched a playthrough of that. I'm trying to think.
See, the thing is, like, I like Prototype, and but the problem is, when I finally got around to buying it, now it just looks like such trash compared to everything else.
Oh yeah, of course.
I know the feeling. Like PS2 games, where some had stellar graphics, others were less so.
When I'm playing it on my PC, where I'm like playing games in like ultra settings, it's like
now you can
really
see in 180p detail just how bad the game was.
Exactly. It's like I'd almost rather play at lower resolution or on a smaller screen or something.
Yeah.
And like my screen is not big by any means, but it's.
What was it? Like there's, I'll show you. Like if I find a clip of it, but I had this stupid Scooby-Doo game for my PS2.
We all have that stupid Scooby-Doo game.
Oh, let's see if I can find a picture of how. Yeah, it was Night of 100 Frights. No, a Scooby-Doo Unmasked, maybe.
You know, it's funny. There's some like PS2 games that like.
Yeah.
Or games that were on PS2 that are also on PC that still look fine.
Yeah.
Like Battlefront 2 looks fine on my computer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know why, like
here's a screenshot from it. It's...
Oh no.
It's so bad.
Oh my god.
So bad.
Oh.
Not to mention it's a Scooby-Doo game, so it probably wasn't very...
Actually, as far as games went, it's a pretty fun platformer adventure explorer.
Really?
Like, the plot was solid and the gameplay was solid. It just looked like a pile of shit from the PS1.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I think there was like a Ben 10 game on PS2 that I played for a while that I really liked.
Yeah. Here's. This is from a PS2 game.
It's kind of sad.
My. That's pathetic. My favorite game on the PS2 before I came across Kingdom Hearts 2 was Shadow the Hedgehog.
Okay.
I don't care what people say about it, about like if it's terrible. I loved it.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, I like how it's different from the rest of the Sonic games.
Yeah.
Sonic games, you get to the end of the goal. No, you can choose between three things what you want to do. Sometimes the missions are get to the goal,
right.
but sometimes it's get to the goal before the time runs out. Knock out this many people. It's Sonic
Air Riders?
Come on, girl.
No.
This is
That's the only Sonic game I ever played.
No, Shadow the Hedgehog. It focused on Shadow the Hedgehog and Sonic first-person shooter.
Joined the army yet. I have to take my father's place to preserve
Discount
the
Eddie
Fall
Murphy.
family honor.
Okay. Oh, they didn't
I
actually
just
get Eddie
hope
Murphy?
I don't
No.
get discovered.
And just
Whatever, you're just scared, admit it.
Aren't you?
and like Pirates of the Caribbean world is in here.
Okay.
Discount everyone.
Let's get the jump on.
But like the saddest thing about Pirates of the Caribbean, the Johnny Depp, the person who voices Jack in this game, his voice is close, but the thing that would sell it more is if the voice had more of the mannerisms that were in it. And if I ever get the chance to show you, you'll see. But it's not for like a good long while.
So the writing should be better, or
Kind of like a little bit of it's a little bit of writing. Sometimes it's not putting the right inflections that were in Johnny Depp's voice as he played Jack Sparrow.
You know I hope these guys out of a lot of tight spots. Cause I'm a mighty dragon, right?
Me too, I'm a mighty dragon.
Something like that.
Like,
And you are?
I think I told you about this.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
that kind of thing, like, putting the right attitude in it is the main reason I'd recommend, like, the
Just Ping.
this
I am Ping,
basically
son
forgotten
of Vasu.
90s anime.
You know
Yu Yu
Mushu?
Hakusho.
Mushu's
Yes.
one of my
I told you
family's
that, like, the
guardians.
English dub of it
We didn't
is
know we were
by
borrowing
far
somebody as
better than the
important as a
Japanese
family
dub.
guardian.
Yeah, that's right.
Because the Japanese
And that
dub is
puts
like the
you free up to your
stereotypical
eyeballs and
shonen
that's
dub
yeah.
dialogue where it's,
Well, guess what,
I will
kids?
avenge my
It's
family.
payback
No,
time.
you won't, you puny fool. Ha 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 ha.
They don't mind.
Well, the English
Ain't
dub
that
is
right?
just like, okay, how can we make this sassy?
Kenya was just on his way to join the Imperial Army.
That makes me think of, do you know about Ghost Stories?
Would you join
Yeah.
us?
The
Ghost Stories
It'll
dub,
be easier
yeah.
to fit
It's
in
like
if I'm
that,
with
but
guys like
good.
you.
Really?
Yeah.
See, the thing with Ghost Stories dub is it's...
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I suppose, because they just kind of threw, like, the plot out the window with Ghost Stories, but, like...
You're a girl?
Ghost Story sounds familiar. Can you remind me of that one
You didn't
again?
notice?
Ghost Stories,
Wait, yeah,
I
we
think
had
it's
internet.
working.
Look at that.
Ghost Stories,
Those
they
two would
it's
fall for
essentially
anything.
an anime in
I'm
Japan.
right
It
here.
didn't do super well, and then they brought it to English, but they were like, you know, do whatever you want with this. So they did whatever they wanted.
Sorry to sound. Oh, yep. I remember a friend of mine who was here last semester, last year, we watched the first episode. I'm just like, oh, God.
Like, here's an example.
I love
like,
it.
there's the villain from the second main arc, or I guess third main arc, is in Japanese. You continue to defy me, you will die. Come on, bastard, let's fight. Hit me. That's the Japanese version. The English version is you continue to volunteer suicide. Now you're only living on borrowed time. You don't know me very well. My whole life has been borrowed time. That's the English version.
That's perfect.
The
Yeah,
English,
that's way better.
and like the voice actors are also better. Like they found better voice actors for the English version because it was an Adult Swim dub. It was dubbed specifically for Adult Swim. So they spent a lot of time and effort getting the right voice actors.
Right. Wait.
Interesting.
Oh, yep, they disappeared.
And so it's a shonen battle anime from the 90s.
Right.
And while it doesn't really, it's also one of the first shows to feature Shinbo as a director. Okay, he was like one of the first like big names in anime directing.
Okay.
He's famous for like having like really trippy visuals.
Gotcha.
And well, long story short, it has fantastic dialogue and voice acting. And like while it's pretty stereotypical as far as, you know, shonen battle series are concerned, the pacing is tight. The villains are hilarious. And like unlike every other show, you know how like, okay,
I think pacing is generally the hardest thing to get right in.
it's short to 112 episodes.
Oh wow. Yeah. That's not bad.
Yeah. And like the thing is, okay, you know how like with some shows, you'll there's that one fight which is so fantastically choreographed. You remember it forever. That's every single fight.
Really?
In Yu Yu Hakusho. They put time and effort into every single fight scene.
Oh wait, is Yu Yu Hakusho what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah, green kid with a whose signature weapon.
It's just like
it's
his finger.
The ray gun. The spirit gun, which translates to spirit gun in Japanese. But
I've been meaning to watch that. I've heard a lot of good things about it. Yeah.
Yeah, the English dub is the best version.
Okay.
It's hilarious. It does everything that Shonen anime would do, but it does it well, and it keeps it tight, and it doesn't explode like One Piece does, because the show realizes, we have to end this.
Yeah. That's something I liked about Shaman King. Is it ended?
Like, okay, like it doesn't do anything fancy, but it resolves all its conflicts satisfyingly and fast enough that you don't have time to worry about like, okay, this is getting old.
Please.
Yeah, which like Dragon Ball Z or Naruto really struggle.
Also, another thing, no character ever becomes irrelevant.
Really?
Yeah.
Knock it off.
Like the bumbling sidekick character from like the first Kuwabara. He's always been like the weakest one of the bunch, but he always manages to remain relevant and win when he has to. Like even if he gets his ass kicked, like he basically turns into Worf from Star Trek. Or in order to show how powerful an enemy is, they kick his ass.
Oh. Gotcha. See, what,
But he never winds up getting Krillined because he always has something relevant to the plot that he can do.
Well, see, something that I liked about Shaman King is that, yeah, like, the side characters actually got powerful, like, by the end. Like, not exactly on par with, like, the main character, but pretty dang close.
Yeah.
And that, like, it's satisfying because it really makes you appreciate them more.
I guess, like, to get an idea of what Yu Yu Hakusho is like, it's the same person who did Hunter x Hunter.
Still haven't seen that.
Okay.
I know I'm a bad anime fan. But
Okay. The protagonist is Snarky Goku. His buddy would be the protagonist in any other anime.
Oh boy.
He's the dumbass who fights for honor. That's the derpy sidekick character who despite being horribly outclassed, is always relevant.
Yeah.
Then you've got Vegeta.
Right.
It's basically he is okay. He's short, has tall black spiky hair, and starts as a villain and hates everybody and is really snarky.
Oh, that's great.
Oh my god.
Well, what was it? Yeah, I think there's one of those games for PS4. I think where it's just like a smattering of anime characters and like a fighter. I think I saw him in that, and I was like, oh, it's Vegeta.
It's Fire Vegeta.
See, whenever I think Vegeta, all I can think is Dragon Ball Z Abridged, and just that voice of Vegeta specifically, because it's like, bitch, I'm adorable.
It's that voice without the graveliness.
Nice.
Bitch, I'm adorable.
Do you seriously believe in your own hype that much? I am the hype!
Like, I think, like, I am the hype. I guess that's like the how I would say it. Where it's just like, it's just serious and
that's perfect
without the growl. And then the last character to round off the okay, there's two more. There's Genkai, who is grandma, but snarky grandma who kicks ass.
Nice.
And I think smokes too.
Interesting.
Of course.
See, lately I've been watching what's it called, Twin Star Exorcist.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know of it?
I know of it.
It
sounds familiar.
It's interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about it so far. It's only 50 episodes though, so I think I'll just get through it. But like, it's weird because it's so for one, you know how you mentioned with that book series earlier how they like fleshed out the magic system well or something. They don't like flesh out the magic system. So essentially their whole thing is they're exorcists and they fight these bad guys and they get like spell power or something.
Okay.
But like, how do I explain it? It's it feels like it feels like fan fiction. Because so the kind of the main thing is that the two kind of main characters. I mean, the main character is the guy because it's anime, and They always do that.
Not always, but
most of them. Well, okay, I guess with anime less than other movies generally. But anyway, so the guy and the girl are both like really powerful, like at the start. And so, like, the elders tell them that they have to get married and have a kid who will be, like, really powerful and defeat all these bad guys.
Isn't that just the record of Argos War?
It's like... It feels contrived.
Okay.
And, like, early on in the show, a lot of it is... like, they'll, like, ask someone for training, and then the person will essentially just send them on dates.
Okay.
And it's like, for one, like, you can tell that both of them are uncomfortable with it, but then it's like they're doing, like, the whole thing where it's like, oh, they're growing on each other and stuff.
Bullshit.
But,
Ooh, that hair.
And yeah, it's just, it's uncomfortable. The thing is, though, they did do a time skip now. So now they're older, and it's a little bit less cringy, but...
That's good.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't really going anywhere with talking about that, but
yeah, like basically, like what I was saying with it. Long story short, I watched Yu Yu Hakusho. The characters are hilarious. The English version is fantastic, and while it doesn't do anything groundbreaking, it does what it does really, really well.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll have to watch it.
Have either of you heard of the anime Spice and Wolf?
Yeah.
You mean Economics, the anime?
I was gonna say
Yep.
I read a little bit of the manga when I was younger. But
I have the manga right there. Grab it if you can. It's right there on top of, underneath that towel. Right there. Just grab it. Or wait, no, damn it, that's not.
Well, I
have the first one signed by the woman who voices English dub Holo.
Oh, that's cool.
And when I went to Daishokan in November, and I was just so happy.
That's
I was just
exciting.
like, yeah, because my favorite anime of all time right now.
See, I remember like one of the silliest criticisms I ever heard of it is that what was it? It is one of the gratuitous fan service animes that never goes anywhere.
See, that's why I quit it.
It's like, oh hey, she's got boobs, and it shows you full frontal boobs but no nipples. It was one of the more ridiculous complaints I remember.
That's the weirdest thing when they do that. Yeah, and that's the thing is the nudity is what turned me off from it.
Well, here's the thing: the nudity was turning me off.
In context.
Yeah, that's the thing. The nudity was turning me off too. I didn't know if I wanted to finish it, but then I put it in the context of. She's a wolf goddess. Like she normally doesn't have to wear clothes.
Like basically, like what the complaint was can be summed up as the show wants to have its cake by having sexy naked wolf girl,
yeah,
and then eat it too by making the nudity completely PG.
Right, and it's like people on both sides are uncomfortable with that.
Yeah,
because it's like whether you want nudity or not, you're not getting what you want.
Yeah, if you wanted nudity, you're denied that. But if you feel awkward because they're nudity, because you're also denied that.
Yeah, that's a reasonable complaint. Yeah, I never finished it.
I finished season 1, and that series is.
Well, and also, like at home, I couldn't watch it on Netflix because my parents would be like, "Why are you watching something with naked girls?"
Yeah, no
She's
kidding.
not naked.
I'd be like, "Well, okay, but look, she doesn't have nipples, so it doesn't count." Okay,
but that's actually how it works on U.S. television.
Yeah,
and it's ridiculous.
It's one of those animes where, like, normally when I'm watching anime, I listen to the anime in. So if there is an English dub, I listen to it or first I watch it in its original format, Japanese dub.
I don't have the time to watch it
just for the first 3 episodes.
Oh, okay.
Because normally it takes me 3 episodes to get hooked. And then I rewatch those 3 in the English dub. And then that lets me decide which one do I feel like sounds better. And then I finish it in whichever one that I think it sounds better in. Spice and Wolf is an anime that I have no qualms with whether watching it in English or Japanese dub. I can watch it in both and still be fine. I'm just like, it sounds great either way.
In my personal experience, there are 2, possibly 3, depending on how you define anime.
Yeah.
Animes that I would unequivocally state are better in English than they are in Japanese.
Yes.
The first one I've already talked about, Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yes.
The second one is Beck, Mongolian Chop Squad.
I don't have.
Nah, I
It's
don't know
a
that
fairly,
one.
it's fairly obscure. Long story short, it's a bunch of kids in Japan trying to put together a rock band.
Okay.
And the plot's excellent. The characters are hilarious, and it's based. And the manga itself is. Okay, the biggest issue I had with the anime was that like there's like half the. Okay, there's 2 main arcs in the manga. The first arc is getting the band together and making it big. The second arc is them touring America after they make it big. And the anime only goes to the first arc. So it's the story of how they got big in Japan. And then the epilogue is, oh yeah, we did a bunch of stuff in America.
Okay.
But the thing is, like, I love the show. The problem I had with it, though, is that this is a show about music and bands. And the Japanese voice actors couldn't sing.
Oh, shit.
And so the English voice actors, their dialogue is tolerable. Like, it's not awful English dialogue. The translation was, well, not excellent, decent. But they got some fantastic, in comparison, singers for it.
Right.
So in a show that's like a third about singing,
Yeah.
they had people who sound really good when they're singing.
That's important. And see, that's the thing is like, well, the thing is like, you say the translation. It's not like they had a different translation, but it's like to make it fit the
the mouth flaps.
Yeah. But yeah, that's understandable if the English singers were better. I would probably watch.
Also, the Japanese version had some of the songs they tried singing in English, which was part of the problem.
Oh god. Yep, that'll do it.
So the Japanese people trying to sing English led to some rather uncomfortable moments. Well, the English people doing the same song.
Yeah.
It sounds fine.
Right.
Yep.
And then the third one, just because goddamn Meowth's voice is intolerable. Pokemon. Have you listened to Japanese Meowth?
I have not.
How would you describe it? Or if you want to, you can play it.
I know, I'm looking that up.
But like, I watched Fairy Tale in Japanese dub.
I think Navi. It's
that annoying.
Yeah. Wait, let's just let it. See if I can find one. No. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, Japanese dub.
Yeah, combo. Ping. Oh, you got nothing. Okay. Good, you got nothing. Good. Then let's give you a check bell just to be sure.
Let's try this one.
Oh no.
Oh my. Oh! No more! Shut it off! Turn it off! But like some animes that I watch in Japanese dub, Fairy Tail, Attack on Titan, then that's because like the English anime is the English version is tolerable for me. I can eventually tolerate it, but I just prefer to listen to it in Japanese. And then examples of anime that I prefer to watch in English, or on High School Host Club, which used to be my favorite until I found Spice Wolf, in which case I'm just like, yeah.
You know, like, you can call me petty, but that's the main reason I watch Pokemon in English.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. I've never even considered watching Pokemon in Japanese, just because I've never had.
Yeah.
That said, I don't really watch Pokemon.
Yeah.
But
I watched a bit, but I kind of stopped like after Johto and never picked it back up.
see, at this point, like if I ever watch Pokemon, like it
I've
would
got
be the
so
movies.
many episodes to go through.
Right. Like I'm not gonna catch up.
Right. At this point, you might as well just give up.
and it's essentially a kids show, which again, that doesn't make it bad, but that makes it harder for me to like stick through.
I was thinking about that because one more point for Yu Yu Hakusho. While it's technically like a kid-style shonen, main character is Street Punk with a nasty mouth. Bitch gets dropped nearly every episode.
Oh, that's
and
great.
I think he says "fuck this" once.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Come back to those chests later. I'm just gonna finish this.
Oh wait, also there's another one where he says, what is it? There's like what? You can put your hands on my fingers around my dick.
Yeah!
Straight up tells that.
Damn right!
Dude.
Oh, that sounds like a great show.
This is a stupid remix, YouTube poop type thing.
I need to watch this show.
This is a stupid YouTube poop, so it's going to be annoyingly edited.
Right.
But this kind of gives you an idea about like the level of snark that can get the damn thing to play. Rip Wi-Fi for whatever reason. Oh, that's part of the problem. I'm connected to Nate's room. That'll do it.
Yeah.
That'll do it. Come on, UW Platt. Who are you talking to?
Ryan.
Okay, what's he saying?
We're talking about Guild Wars.
Okay.
Nice.
I feel like I should play that. So.
Yeah, you should, and you should play with us. I think you should. Actually, I have it on a flash drive. If you want to get it like fast.
All right. Rip more of my time. I'll get this. I'll bring this back up when it's not being a little bitch. Connecting to the network is taking longer than usual.
I was gonna say, actually, UW Platt is pretty fast most of the time for me.
Is Platinum Wi-Fi down?
No, it's working.
It was a little sketchy for me earlier, but I haven't had any problems generally.
I'll turn it off and turn it back on again. That usually helps.
But yeah, you should get into Guild Wars. You should also get into Guild Wars 8.
What is Guild Wars again?
Guild Wars 2 is a MMO.
Okay.
I got it to work now.
And that's from the actual show?
More or less.
Oh man. That's funky.
Wow!
The show's got a mouth.
Jeez. It's kind of crazy.
It's great. It's just some 14-year-old who swears constantly, and in the manga he gambles and like bums cigarettes up people.
Okay.
See, you know, I love like having characters like that because they feel more real.
He's Goku, but an asshole. But he's got
more
a hard
badass. Not so stupid.
Yeah. Okay. He's book dumb.
He's street smart.
Yeah. He knows how to run a gang, but he's also an idiot. And he's bragging. There's one scene where it's like his buddy has been like issued an ultimatum by the teacher where something really bad's gonna happen if he doesn't score at least a 50 on his next test.
Okay.
And like his buddy and his posse were talking about how bad their chances were. One guy's like, yeah, I got a 48 on my last one, so I should be fine for this one. I got a 35. If I study and work hard, I should be able to make it. I got a 5. 5? and then Yusuke just walks up and says, ha! I knew I was smarter than him. Really, what'd you get in your last test? 7.
Yeah!
Oh, that's great. I love main characters who are like kind of weird like that. There's a show, I don't even remember remember what it's called, but I was pretty into it for a while. Where like the main character is like just this gangster punk kid, and he goes to like a gangster school essentially, and he gets like picked by like essentially like baby Satan, and has to raise him until he finds someone stronger than him to like bum the baby off on. Okay. And he can't find anyone stronger than him. And like he just keeps fighting people, but he's like a total idiot, and like he's not good at anything except fighting. It's kind of funny.
Like the main character from Hakusho, like his main thing is both fighting and making other people want to fight. Yeah. Like he's just like he's so into it that people see him and they're like, oh man, I gotta punch this guy now. This looks like fun. Yeah. It's awesome. Like that's his hidden superpower. Is he makes other people want to be dumb and fight him. like one of the like the last season. There's one of the villains is this like basically this chess master dude who's always has like 85 different plans and never like takes any risks. But he sees this kid go at it, and he's just like, okay, screw this, I'm putting it all on black, guys.
Oh, that's funny. I mean, you know, that's unconventional, but it's... I like unconventional stuff like that. That's great.
My name's Kuwabara, and I have a sword. Yeah, one of the best lines from the English dub. The one thing I think the translation did miss is the pun involving the sidekick's name. His name's Kazuma Kuwabara, which is Japanese for mulberry tree. Kuwabara is Japanese for mulberry tree. Okay. And so they have this thing where it's like right where he's about to go in for this like big final fight because in the tournament arc, and he's like, Kuwabara is a tree, but this Kuwabara is a man. In the Japanese version, like they totally play up that pun. Yeah. But the English version just is like, fuck it. It's just gonna sound weird, but he's the dopey sidekick, so it works. A Mulder is a tree and Kuwabara is a man. And it's just like, okay, like, I guess. Like if you speak Japanese, it's like, oh.
But if you don't, you're...
Yeah, if you don't, it's just like some random derpy thing that this guy sounds like he would say.
Yeah. The first time I heard Kuwabara was when I was playing Metal Gear Solid 3. And that's because there is this character that could basically just shoot lightning out of his hands. They don't explain it, trust me. And this is what he would say every time it started to rain. Kuwabara, Kuwabara. And that was like a good luck chant. That would be...
Mulberry trees are good luck because that's where silkworms live and that's how you get lots of money.
Do you want worms? Because that's how you get worms. But
I do.
It's often used as to ward off lightning from striking you.
Also, Japanese folklore says mulberry trees don't get hit by lightning,
and that's why.
Interesting.
And like when I watched this series called Let's Destroy Metal Gear, which is like Metal Gear Solid series, spoofed. They, instead of saying Kuwabara, Kuwabara, he says obscure Japanese mythology reference.
Okay.
And it's like, yeah.
Me too. I'm a Japanese obscure mythology reference.
See, I pick up bits and pieces here and there. I'm no otaku, but like you figure out some stuff eventually.
Right. Yeah. That's the thing.
Don't overdo it, Captain.
You're no weeaboo.
It's just a scratch.
Yeah. I was gonna say I wouldn't say otaku's as bad as like weeaboo.
Otaku in my head just means nerd. Just another word for nerd.
Because really, for me, like the only shows that I watch are anime, so I could call myself an otaku fine. But, like, I'm not like obsessive or anything, you know.
You're not a weeaboo,
right?
Konnichiwa senpai.
You mean my fault?
Please notice me.
Sean, you and the Heartless did this, not us.
I collect Agent China.
Don't make me bring out Nyanners.
If you track down the villagers, we'll
Nyanners. She's a YouTube. She's this girl who runs a YouTube channel.
Yeah, I know who she is.
You know the song Pomp?
Kyle! Freaking Kyle! She sings
she
that!
deleted that, actually.
Really?
Yeah, because she was like, this is not a positive thing.
What is it? Here we go. I'll see if I can find it.
No, don't play it!
I'm not playing that one. I'm playing a different one she did.
I watch Asian cartoons. I'm a weeaboo.
Oh, come on.
She's pretty funny though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the internet's being a little bitch.
Okay, this is different. Normally, all the enemies would gather in the center here, instead of just floating around.
Yep. Is it a glitch?
No, I don't think so.
You can't help but...
Got it. I live in my mom's house. I'm
So
like
she's
that.
done some interesting covers and stuff.
Alright, I've heard enough.
She does covers of rap songs.
That, But no,
She's
I
got the
was
generic lovely anime
quoting the Weeaboo song by Filthy Frank.
Okay.
Have you heard of Filthy Frank?
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Oh my god.
Unfortunately.
I wasn't a big Filthy Frank watcher until I became an RA and met Nate Vandervliet from 3 East.
Filthy Frank just seems kind of cringy to me.
I think that's the point.
God damn it, Alec, you've shown me that stupid important videos playlist.
Oh my god. I was kind of
Okay.
No, that's Nate from 3 East. Every single day.
I dug up the origin for that. Apparently there's an Italian mockbuster company.
Okay.
It's where they what their specialty is seeing movies that are popular and then making cheap animated ripoffs of them. There's a Brazilian company that does the same thing.
Okay.
And that scene was from their incredibly cheap off-brand version of The Land Before Time.
Yes, yep.
That they made to confuse grandparents when they were trying to buy stuff for their children. That is these companies' main way of making business. They see what's popular, and they make something that looks close enough to it that parents will mistakenly buy it for their kids.
Just like everyone trying to rip off forever.
Yeah. Where is it? I'll see. Cracked the boss.
So why aren't you using your triangle stuff more?
Because there's only so much the triangle button can do.
What does your triangle button do? That's a lot of things.
I was gonna say it actually changes.
Yeah, like this.
Here's the back alley Brazilian version of Cars.
Oh no.
All right.
Did they kill Lightning McQueen in that one too?
Yes. Or something. They threw it up with they filled it up with boob jokes and a bunch of drug use.
Oh, me too.
Oh my god. But
also, yeah, as the comment was, they appear to have been rendered on a PS1.
Ha!
Stand back. We'll handle this.
Yeah, no, that's
that. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Spider's web. It looks like their quote is, "Looks like something done in MS Paint with the sole purpose of teaching kids to not do acid."
Oh Oh, jeez.
Okay.
It's a ripoff of, as you can probably guess,
Wait a second.
Charlotte's Web and Babe. Oh, they spliced together Charlotte's Web and Babe.
Oh, that's nice.
The pig does something stupid and gets locked in a cage.
Okay. That's Charlotte's Web.
And then he gets,
Yes.
or
Captain?
I guess it's either way.
okay, well, I'm trying to figure out what the hell happens, because it somehow goes from there to him being in a car, lying about something to the gas station owner, and then being shot up by people with rocket launchers and aliens.
Oh!
You know the
Oh!
Yeah, he gets locked in a cage because he tries to eat a pie. And then he lies about it, and then a snake with a cell phone shows up and drives the pig to a hotel owned by aliens. Turns out the snake's credit card doesn't work, and they have to rob a gas station, which leads to a high-speed pursuit by some crabs that shoot rockets.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
This is the movie that is a direct PSA.
It makes as much sense as a Metal Gear Solid game.
Are you following the logic of this? If so, you should probably be on meds. After the duo accidentally turn a TV on, only to have it try to murder the fuck out of them.
I can't take this no more. Come on, Mulan. Let's
And they end their insane trip by going to Hollywood, where they get attacked by robots, stuck in a fishbowl, and assailed by a living fly swatter. This probably means something, but we're not sure what.
Ping! Captain!
Yeah.
And in the end, the snake is evil.
You're okay.
Well, yeah.
You knew
Okay.
the snake.
Okay.
You knew Ping was really a woman in disguise.
So, yeah, this is these companies are.
I can't believe you lied to me. The punishment for high treason
Are either of
and
you guys
dishonoring
interested
the
in a
army
pizza?
is death.
Thinking about ordering from Pizza Hut.
Get out of my
Actually,
sight.
I've got some. That sounds really dumb, but I've got some cheese, some tortillas, and a bunch of oranges in my room if anybody wants food.
I actually ordered 2 pizzas this morning, so I have a medium pizza in my fridge.
Okay.
So
You even got a microwave. I've got
The
plates. Yeah, I
Emperor
can
is
whip up
waiting.
some cheesy tortillas.
Move out.
All right. Well, put that away.
Mulan.
And now you got it stuck in your head.
Yep.
Thank you, everyone.
You're about to sit. You're sitting on your laptop.
Indeed, I am. I noticed that as soon as I sat down.
No, but Kyle
So
sings
big.
that almost every time I see him.
Mulan.
I'll whip
What
some
are you
stuff
gonna
up.
do
You
now?
guys want provolone smoked cheddar or both?
Chicken dumpling.
Me neither. Porque no los dos.
Fair enough. That's what I was planning on doing anyway.
In the heart of using
take our share of the
tortillas,
blame.
porque no los dos.
Thanks. You're all wonderful friends.
Yay, Ping is now Mulan. Curse this game for not including Be a Man in this. I was looking forward.
right?
I was looking forward to Sora singing. Oh God! Never forget Atlantis.
What?
There's a
movie?
world. There is a world. No, Atlantica, which is like the Little Mermaid world.
Oh, okay.
It is strictly meant for songs, and I'm just like,
Because they didn't
No.
want to deal with underwater combat or something.
yeah.
Here. If you want this, can you shove it in for a minute?
What was it?
If anybody wants it, can. Who wants the first one? And you're close to the microwave, so can you put it in for like 30 seconds?
You might want to hit cancel first. Hey, limit.
Start 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
The first time I played this version of this game, and I saw how smooth everything was, I was having like mini orgasms from it.
I get you.
And it's like, oh, I can't take it.
How smooth it is?
Like the graphics compared to what it was on the PS2. it was just like
pretty much
very
what I
smooth.
Alright, here's the next one. If it's hot enough, you can put it in for longer. Like, what are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, 30 seconds is gonna do you well.
Okay.
Nice and molten.
Anybody want an orange?
I'll take it.
Alright.
No thanks. I didn't want to eat healthy tonight.
He's heading for the Imperial
I'm
City.
addicted to these things.
We've got to warn
You have
Shay.
no idea.
Honestly, like there's much worse things to be addicted to than oranges.
Like, there's
Oh, trust me, I know.
there's a running gag in our house that, like...
Anyone want another soda?
Sure.
I haven't even opened mine.
That, like, if there's oranges in our house, they will be gone within the week.
Oh god.
Because I will eat all of them. Every time I will grab one every time I walk past the fruit basket.
Well, they're so easy and they're so like
Yeah.
yeah.
Also, apparently my
I'm already running low on my Pepsi.
Here, you can probably take this back.
also apparently my culinary habits.
I might actually run back and grab the pizza that I have.
Alright.
And then,
Sounds good. I guess we'll see you soon.
yeah.
Also, apparently, like, either my writing habits or my culinary habits make me look like a flaming homosexual.
You know, I've had a lot of people think that I'm gay.
Ooh.
Like,
Me too.
It was weird. Like, I remember going to this one random like website once. I forget. And, like, it had you make your profile.
Yeah.
And it's like I just wrote everything down like in full sentences with periods.
Yeah.
And then wrote like for like the question was like just what was it? What is your favorite fruit? Oranges. Definitely oranges. And then like some dude just like started like following me and started talking to me. And I was like nonplussed by it because it was like it was a
Just a
fairly
person, yeah.
it was a fairly friendly community. Like everybody says hi as soon as you join.
Yeah.
And like it took me about half an hour to realize he was hitting on me.
Well, and okay, so for me, what really like woke me up to it is within my theater. There was like a betting pool.
Oh.
And I was like the second most likely person to be gay after someone who actually is.
Shoot, there goes the microphone. No, not
No,
you.
that was my fault. I was moving.
Alright. And then... Yeah.
So yeah, like when I asked him about like, okay, why me of all people? He's like, it's the way you write, and I was just like, apparently I tricked Gaydar off even over the internet.
Yay! No, like... In my history of being here at Platteville, I've had two guys basically ask me out, or yeah, and like I was like, I'm sorry, but I actually don't swing that way, and they were like, oh, okay, and I was just like, I am like touched though that you asked.
Like, okay, my outcome was a little different, where it's just like eventually I was like, okay, fine, you know, I can roll with this. Sure, let's do it. And that is how I wound up with a Texan internet boyfriend.
Yay!
Okay, I will be right back.
Okie dokie.
Freshman year was weird that way.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I've had two people in my history of being here, like, assume that I was gay, and I would be like, I'm sorry, but I don't.
We get that Mulan has embraced the feminine side now. Did you see that run cycle?
No.
She holds her sword like this and like flicks her wrists. Like, what the? Like, look at this.
And then look at that. I never noticed how ridiculous. I thought something was wrong.
What is that walk cycle?
They're trying to make her badass, but also like, oh yeah, she's a woman.
But like her ping walk cycle looks normal. That's how normal people run. Like even girls run that way. It's like also just like, oh yeah, I'm a girl. Flouts, 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 flouts. What?
Look at that.
Like, what is this nonsense? Oh my gosh.
Shang! Shan Yu is alive. He's headed this way.
And why should I believe you this time?
But she's telling you the truth.
I think the proper grammar would be "cause she's telling you the truth."
Meh. That chin though.
Square chin.
His chin sticks out farther than his nose. You know how weird that looks?
Oh my god. I didn't notice. I'll take a look soon. See, here's the thing. I memorize this game so much, I know exactly what the next shot is. His side of the face.
Guard the palace! Do not let the enemy get anywhere
Like, look
near
at
the
the-
Emperor!
Yeah, it's like perfectly in line.
And his forehead's also perfectly straight. Like, that doesn't look quite right.
We'll secure the courtyard, and you can save the Emperor.
The thing that I love about Kingdom Hearts that makes it my favorite series is that I can play a Disney game and not feel guilty about it. That's it. You made me angry! Ah!
Do you still run?
No. You made me do this! Now I go right into the next fight like this. Morty. Morty. I love doing Rick impressions so much, especially when I can get the burp. Oh, jeez, Rick.
I mean, that probably would hurt getting somebody's palm shoved into your
Like,
nose.
what?
But you have to admit, that just
It is
looks.
now.
It just looks gentle.
I'm gonna slap your nose. Wait, what? Okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff here that would make sense if you saw Kingdom Hearts 1, but it's not. This is my preference. Come here! God!
Rip your dates. Is he just empty?
He is actually.
Oh, he has multi-stages. Okay, I figured
Yeah.
as much. But his health bar was going down that path, so I was just like, wait a second.
I've just played this game for so long that I'm just like, I know exactly how to handle you. Come here! Yeah!
What?
Done. Like, I've played this game for so long. I played this since it was on PS2. But like, to finish off an earlier point, the reason why Spice and Wolf is my favorite anime was because of the fact that the two main protagonists, male and female, you get this sense that they could end up together, but I never felt like the show was trying to really push forward for these two would make a perfect couple.
Yeah.
It was more like they work well with each other, but they're their own individual people.
Skull, just out of curiosity, how many people are watching this stream right now?
Shame.
I don't know, it just says one person. And I don't really care.
Dishonored your family name.
We get the picture.
You're a young woman.
I was hoping maybe more, so that I could just
And
realize,
in
like,
the
oh
end,
shit, we've been talking about this in like front of like
you have
50
saved
randos
us
on the
all.
internet. It'd be like,
No. I think the most that I've had in a stream was 13.
okay. Probably should subscribe to you.
You can.
Your Excellency.
Captain Lee.
Rock Lee. Stanley.
Take this so the world will know what it is you have done for China.
Thank you.
So the world will know what it
Yes.
is. It is a sword.
Donald.
Goofy. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Is that all there is to say, Captain? If you wish to win the heart of Fa Mulan, China's bravest woman,
But
you'll have to be a bit more eloquent than that.
Mulan isn't the only person he's talking to, Emperor.
Can I get an autograph?
Getting relationship advice from the Emperor
Thanks
of
for
China.
everything, Sora.
Looks like he's moving up in the world.
Now they gotta let me go back to being a guardian. They gotta.
But Lucy, I thought you already were a family guardian.
But no, don't even worry about that. That's just real technical, just for us guardians.
You tricked us.
No. See, I just I just didn't want to bog y'all down with all the guardians. See, it's very complex, a lot of fine print. You wouldn't understand.
Huh?
I can't do the whistle. I can't go that low.
Morty. What were you trying to whistle?
I don't even know what it's called. That song from Fire Emblem.
I don't play much Fire Emblem.
It's from the new ones that just came out.
Oh, the one where it's like 2 games.
Yeah.
To choose from.
2 games for the price of 1. Or rather one game
It's
for the price of 2.
2 separate stories.
1 game for the price of 2.
And then they came out with the DLC, which was like its own story.
Is it okay if we come back to visit?
Of course.
We will look forward to your return.
You two play nice.
Whoa. Watch it, soldier.
These faces and this dialogue are just like, wait a
Goodbye,
second.
Sora,
Is this a
Donald,
BioWare game?
Goofy.
Why is that? Are they're not perfectly matching?
You ever heard? You know the jokes from Mass Effect, right?
No.
Mass Effect Andromeda jokes.
Oh,
about
that the
their-
faces don't look good?
Yeah.
Didn't make it out of the uncanny valley,
Yeah.
I'm guessing?
Yeah. I'm getting a bit from this, like the mouth flaps don't really line up.
Well,
and it's
that's
like-
because this is
I know,
Japanese.
I know.
See, like, here's
it's
the
like-
thing,
like-
though. Like,
It wasn't that the mouth flaps don't line up, it's that they would stop their mouth flaps and the dialogue would continue and I'd just be like...
like, what was interesting for me was that I never noticed I never noticed that the words in the mouths weren't perfectly
It's sort of gloomy,
synced
don't you
together
think?
until I
Wonder who
saw
lives here.
the Japanese version of Final Mix
Hey,
translated
does
into
anybody
English.
else recognize
But
that?
the thing was that any additional cutscenes that weren't in the
Hey,
original
that's the
game
Beast.
were silent. And so I
Maybe
would
we should
watch
check
the
up
mouth
on him.
movements while also seeing the subtitles, and all I could think was, that's not what they're saying. And then I looked up the Japanese, the Japanese versions, and I'm just like, that is on point. And I'm just like, my God, I never noticed it till now.
I think like one of the joke is for like there's some show out there somewhere where it's like they say this thing that takes like 5 seconds and the translation and the subtitles is just no.
Oh my.
Or like no my lord or something like that where it's like okay Something's up. Why do they need that many syllables? Say.
No. Another chance to level up. Let's do it. Slow. Yeah. Wah. Swall. Yeah.
Words of wisdom from Legend of Zelda.
What Link taught me,
Yay.
I think, was action.
Come here, bitches. Yeah. I jumped level 1. Perfect.
Where is Sage's dorm anyway?
He's over in Pickard.
Oh, it's like why?
Yeah.
Somebody ask for Deus
Beast.
Ex Machina?
Huh?
Did somebody ask for Deus Ex Machina?
Gotcha. Beast. Pre-live action Disney.
Thank God. I mean, Emma Watson's amazing, but even she couldn't make that movie worth watching.
Just in time.
I'm like not. Was it not exactly the best or?
Yeah, Emma Watson is bad.
Yeah.
But the movie, like, I don't know. I felt like they were trying too hard or something. Like they were going for like, you know, how every movie now has to have that gritty filter over it.
Oh.
Everything looked gray.
Gotcha.
Everything.
Like lacking color?
Yeah. Like, it's a Disney movie. It's supposed to be bright and colorful, but even the ballroom scene looked subdued, as if they put, like, the blue-gray filter over it. And I was just like, come on, guys.
I was just interested to hear, because I watched...
With this many
Have you heard of Nostalgia Critic?
Yep.
So he did a critique about, like, people who were bad singers being asked to sing.
Uh-huh.
And he talked about Emma Watson and about how the fact that she was, like, her singing was tinkered with. I'm just like, really? Okay. I mean, I still haven't seen the movie yet. Though, that's the thing. And, like, eventually I am going to go see it, of course. Meh. There you go. We'll give you that. Download doesn't have anything yet. Wait, did he already have cure? Yes, he does. Okay. Let's see. Buying shit. Increases magic and AP. Okay, I can use that. Okay, buy that. And then buy that for Donald, because I don't use magic. Or at least I rarely do. Donald 2 silver records. Could you possibly prepare me another cheesy one with both cheesies?
Alright. I'm eating mine cold.
Okay.
And by that, I mean I'm eating it separate. I'm eating each component one at a time.
Yeah.
Ugh. Should have saved. You have your plate?
Huh?
You have your plate?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Plop. Plop.
Dude, I've still got that song stuck in my head.
Which one?
All of them.
Oh.
What the Sabaton one? We will resist and bite.
Yes. Forgot to say.
Yeah. This is a tradition of mine every semester. Show up on campus after getting this stuff at Aldi.
Okay. Oh, you got it?
Oh.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh boy, it's not quite rolled up. Whatever.
There you go. And 30 seconds. So just click start. Yep.
I know, we got I think we have the same mic cord at home. Yeah, we got the same one.
Yay! Shit, I don't remember it. Alright, Sage is coming back. Perfect. I see you!
There's your
Awesome.
what?
One up.
Is it raining?
We're sorry about that.
Oh yeah, it's very
You
raining.
didn't have to go.
Oh no.
He knew his fate.
God, I'm tempted, but like if we had time and energy and the inclination to, we could totally make like a gaming channel.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That'd be fun. I'd be up for it. I grabbed that flash drive.
Okay.
If you want it.
Like my initial, my end game for like gaming, if I do manage to like get. Oh, nice.
Sweet.
Thank you, man.
So I bought them yesterday and I started eating them. But like
These are my meals for the rest of the weekend. So I better
yeah,
save
you
these.
No.
Look at how wet this is, or feel it.
Mmm.
Oh, what that is.
What?
The top.
Just feel what it is. But sorry.
Oh boy.
But what I eventually do want to do with this Twitch channel is all I really want to do is I want to borrow off Game Grumps in the sense of having people together to play games because I suck at playing alone.
Yeah, see,
I can't entertain people alone.
The interplay is half the fun.
Yeah, and that's the
Here,
thing.
scoot
is,
up, man. Scoot up if you can.
Once you're kind of established, I think you can, like, you can talk to like chat or whatever.
Yeah.
But if they're not talking to you, then there's.
Okay, call me a pleb, but how do you open this? Oh, okay.
There you go. Yeah. Shrug.
You guys want any pizza?
Sure.
Alright. Do you want it cold or heat it up?
Heaven.
Cold or heat it up?
Cold's fine. Just throw it on the plate.
Thank you. It's pepperoni bacon.
How does this work? Just
It's so what you want to do, create like a folder called Guild Wars 2. Do you want any pizza, Aiden?
No, Domino's is really good, but every time that I eat it, I just have a lot of stomach problems, and then later it doesn't turn out good.
just download it. Open folder view files. Alrighty.
So you can actually just copy that.
Alright. Yeah. I figured
Anytime I get the chance, I'm just gonna see.
I'm gonna.
It's not a small file.
Okay. Yeah, considering how long it's taking to paste.
I want to say it's like 26 gigabytes.
Holy shit! Okay.
So, I hope you have space.
Okay.
I should have asked first, but
Oh, I didn't even. Okay, how much space do I have? Jesus Christ.
it's funny because it's actually like pretty average for MMOs, but
Yeah. Okay.
it's no Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah.
That's like the only
I
reason.
think my computer just died. Like, Windows Explorer is not responding. For whatever reason, I've got some sort of service called local system taking up 20% of my CPU.
I'm a cap right now. Oh wow. I think I'm under leveled. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, my CPU isn't even trying anymore. It's like, oh yeah, you want to mess around with your files? It ain't happening. Oh wait, it moved. It's running. It's processing. It's doing something.
I was gonna say it'll take it a little while to figure out like what you're even asking it to do when it's that big of a file.
I hope I have room. I can't even check.
I mean, if you don't have room, it'll just tell you.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Oh my gosh. Computer. Oh, that's up there. I don't like that they changed the kilobytes up. Oh, I put 131 free gigs. Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, you're more than fine.
I don't actually have much downloaded on this. Like, I've got a lot of random shit, but a lot of small potatoes random shit.
Right.
Like, for all my ROMs, they're in the kilobyte range. And, like, a lot of the things, like, with some of them, it's not even a ROM itself, it's just an LPS file.
Right.
And the LPS file, I've seen it's like 17K.
Right.
And it's like,
that's not even bad.
That's like a Word document. That's small potatoes.
Oh, right.
I think I might have to restart Explorer, though.
Sorry.
It's alright. It's alright. I didn't anticipate that. I probably should have, but... Okay, now it says it's using the disk.
Talking dresser! Burn it with fire! Oh wait, that's a servant.
Okay. Are you working yet? Okay, you're taking up all my disk space now, but hopefully you're still working. Removable disk. Send. Can I send somewhere? Here you go. Send to. Why? Send to documents. There we go.
Ugh.
Yep, it's got 20. It's almost 28 gigabytes.
Yeah. And that's not the most recent version.
Great.
I mean, the thing is, the updates from that are marginal.
Oh, okay. Where's the trash can? Anyway.
Oh,
There. It's all the way back here. Okay.
Yeah, so I bought these chips yesterday, and they don't taste bad. They're just really big.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, uncomfortably so.
That's unusually large for Doritos. Jesus Christ. I'm sending this to the documents. Estimated time 45 minutes.
here.
My computer's a piece of shit, so it's like...
But you can put that by my shoes if you want.
The thing is, though, it's like the reason that I put it on that is in case like someone is like not having great internet.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Because actually, in terms of downloading it here, it would probably be about the same amount of time, just because of how fast downloads go.
I know. Like, my issue is, it's like, I've got this laptop that has absolutely no power whatsoever. And so just to move the file, it's going at about, 20 megs per second.
Right. Which is still faster than a download would be, though.
Yeah, I guess. I tried, I took about an hour and a half to download Undertale. Granted, that was some sketchy back alley website.
I suppose. They probably don't have, like, the Steam servers.
And it's like, I was going at about maybe 5 megs per second.
Right. Which really 5 megs per second isn't bad, but...
Then it stopped halfway through, but...
When I was younger, I was in, like, hundreds of kilobytes per second.
Yeah.
It would literally take a whole day to download a game.
That's what it's like in my house.
Oh, that's right. We did the design.
Our entire house,
Well.
like, split between all 6 of us, has 100 megs per second. Although that's really closer to 80. Because of like, we have roughly 80 megs per second worth of bandwidth for the entire house.
It's not bad.
It's not bad, but then there's 6 of us, each one with a computer and each one with a phone, as well as 2 TVs hooked up to Netflix and 3 hooked up to a Roku.
I suppose. That would stretch it pretty far.
So I crunched the numbers, and the general allotment for my laptop for my room, if I'm not plugged into the wall, is between 10 and 15 megs per second.
Which again really isn't bad.
It's not bad, but...
God damn it.
It's good.
Farther! Damn it!
Like, it's not like my internet's slow or anything, it's just... You can't really stream stuff as high quality, and you can't. And it takes forever to download anything.
It's so dorky that they have Mickey Mouse in that.
But why are you Mickey now?
Because my main character Sora got taken out, and for some reason in this world, Mickey can get summoned to like get health back and reawaken Sora. But like I've never had instances where it's in other worlds. It's only this one. There we go. Got it. Now I just need to locate him. Come over here.
Imagine if I had a real weapon.
Yeah, this is just a baton at this point.
You don't have any other keyblades yet?
Oh, I do. I just forgot to trade them.
Oh, okay. So crafting is not in my interest. It's been 2 weeks, but I've been gathering for 16 minutes.
16 minutes?
Yeah, 19 minutes left.
Yeah! And that's how you finish a fight.
They're pretty consistent, actually. Like, hovering right around just a little over 20 megs per second.
It's not bad.
Damn.
It's actually pretty good. I've got a max speed of about 40 according to my computer, but
so like it's gotten to that.
Like the
oh my god, those are
the dark green bar is how fast it's going, and then the light green bar is how fast it could theoretically go.
It always does.
Oh my!
It's like that though.
That's an interesting taste.
I remember one where
they're ranch dipped hot wings.
I think the one.
Well, well, explain it.
Like I think the one with Undertale, like it was something weird going on with the files when I was trying to uncompress it. And it was uncompressing at a rate of like first it took me like half an hour to download the damn thing, and then it took 45 minutes to unzip it.
Someone say rescue?
Okay, because it was unzipping at a rate of like maybe 800 kilobytes per second, and I was just like,
yeah, that's tragic.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
You know the
Yeah, Bell sent us to find
the
you.
nice thing with Guild Wars is almost everything is in one file. It's just the Guild Wars 2.dat or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the entire game is in that file. So literally, what I have in that Guild Wars folder, it's that and the executor.
The other thing I file, if I remember correctly, the actual game itself doesn't have that many files. It's just that each part of the soundtrack has its own file. So they split the soundtrack off from everything else, but everything else is more or less self-contained.
Gotcha.
But then you look at the soundtrack and realize, oh my god, wow, this game has a lot of music in it.
It was a cold winter's night.
Oh, do you have
An old beggar woman
32 or
came to the
64
castle
gigabyte
and asked
not
for shelter.
But the master of this castle
whatever operating system.
I've got a 64-bit, I want to say.
Stop that! Put me down this instant!
Pretty sure?
Because there's a different executable depending on I have the 64 in there.
I'll have to look up, but I'm pretty sure this is 64-bit. One thing I don't like about this computer, like besides all other things, I have pitiful RAM. I've got 4 gigs of RAM.
Yeah.
Which contributes, I feel like that contributes
I
a
only
lot.
have 8 on mine.
I feel like that contributes a lot to my computer being so damn slow.
Right.
Where it's like,
you just can't do a lot of things at once.
like for instance, like trying to run Civ 5 on this baby is I have to run it in tileset graphics and in the lowest setting possible, or else it lags beyond all belief. It can't actually function.
I feel like 4 gigs of RAM is not bad though.
Okay, it's got 4 gigs of RAM.
It's not like optimal, but
it's got an unoptimized graphics card and CPU and only 4 gigs of RAM, so I can't rely on just having massive amounts of space to make up for its suboptimal settings. And because it's got an integrated graphics card, I can't fix that. And
luckily, Guild Wars only expects like 2 gigs of RAM.
Okay.
Which is nice.
Which means that I should just barely be able to function with my 4.
Yeah.
Which means if I run Guild Wars and nothing else, I can probably maybe make medium graphics.
Yeah. Probably. See, that's the thing. It like, even on somewhat low settings, it still looks pretty good. The draw distance isn't bad.
Okay, thank God. I've played some games where it's like the graphics are fantastic, but it had a draw distance of like 20 yards.
Right.
It was just like.
Maybe I'll just have the camera straight above me all the time, and then I won't notice it.
That's what I wound up doing. Like I had like the 3/4 view camera, and just didn't look into the distance.
Yeah. You kind of have to at that point.
Perfect. Better Keyblade. Yay.
Do you only have the 2? 3.
The one you start out
For a
with.
second, I couldn't see the rest of your fingers, so it looked like you were flipping them off.
I thought that for a second, but I was like, that wouldn't make sense.
That's actually, I think that's forget which. There's I think the Maasai. This is number 4.
Really?
If you're counting on your fingers as a Maasai, this is 4. Because the Maasai count on their fingers in a really weird way. Like I'm not sure how to replicate it, but it's like one. Okay, so this is 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. So you go from 1 to A-OK, middle finger.
You know, it's almost like it's like a base something else counting system.
Actually, there's I want to say it's either the Philippines or culture in India, where they have, you can count up to, I want to say 17 on each hand.
Wow.
That's trippy.
Because they count the spaces between the knuckles as well as the knuckles.
Huh.
So it's like
3, 4, 5.
So you hold your head up flat and you're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, or however. You count the tip, the space between, and the knuckle.
Interesting. That's really cool.
What?
Never even thought about that. You get up to that like that.
Yeah.
$33.
And I think like the palm counts as 34.
What the fuck?
34, and then you turn it around.
And look at all of that!
They actually do that.
Jeez. It makes sense.
It makes, yeah.
I don't know why we don't do that. We should teach that in school. Well, I guess.
Although it makes it hard to like, signal from a distance, where it's like, how many do you need?
Right. Is that?
You can't just hold up like.
Yeah,
14? Or like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
Like there.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, I can do this.
Also,
10.
also
by doing that.
Like there's another one where it's like it was an article on Cracks just a while ago where it's like things that we assume are commonplace and like that happen in every culture, but really don't.
I think I saw something about like how they understand like orientation, like location wise.
Okay. The small town bit hits closer to home. There's an article I have about living in a small town that was pretty spot on.
Yeah.
Like I totally agree with that because I live in a small town.
How big?
2,000 people.
Yeah. It's kind of small, yeah.
Yeah. Like I'll just read the highlights of the article and like compare it to like what I'm used to, but it's just like yeah, given enough time, you will be on the front page of the newspaper.
I suppose.
When nothing happens, like being sent to some music festival or being elected prom king is enough to make you not just on the front page of the newspaper, the front page of the newspaper. Like a 3/4 photo. Jeez. Like when there is no news, any tiny thing happening is given lots and lots of attention.
I feel like it would almost be more interesting to read a paper like that, though.
Mm-hmm. Also, though, like, if you're caught speeding, everybody knows because they put your name and the location in the newspaper.
And how fast.
And how fast.
Do they put down the car or automobile as well?
No.
Damn it.
Like this one I haven't seen before. Maybe it's just like not where I'm from in the Midwest. But apparently, like where this guy's from, if your town, okay, there is one town in the area that did this. They won like the state championship in the 70s, and they put that on the entering the town road sign. And that's a thing that lots of small towns apparently do. Is like if your sports team wins the championship, it's like
your high school team.
Like yeah, like if the high school team wins a championship, it goes on the road sign.
Kind of funky. Probably feels good though.
It actually kind of goes hand in hand with like basically this can be applied in other ways too, because like everybody remembers the team that won because you know you those are the glory days.
But then you're probably always compared to them.
The thing is, if you are that team, like say your team, you're the head of the basketball team in the 80s, and you win the championship. Your name's all over the place because it's small town, newspapers, anything at all is worthy of news, and if you're winning something in the state, you will be on the front page. You will be the front page, and they will also have a whole page of you somewhere in the middle. So everybody's gonna know your name. Now, say you start a business, you got your name, which everybody knows, attached to that business, so it's free advertising.
I suppose. Interesting.
Sweet.
You can. Another one, you can gauge somebody's wealth by looking at their truck tires. I'm from. Okay, maybe. I'm from. This especially works for me because I am not really from a small town. I'm from a middle of nowhere rural small town. And like the thing is, yeah, when you're out in the woods, everybody and their mom drives either a pickup truck or a Subaru.
Gotcha.
Or a Jeep. One of those three, or a beat up minivan.
Yeah.
You've got those cars, and most of them are pickup trucks. Now, pickup trucks all kind of look the same, except that the rich kids jack the shit out of the suspension and have massive tires.
Oh my god.
Everybody dresses the same. Everybody wears jeans and a t-shirt and a baseball cap. But the way they show off their wealth is by spending thousands on their truck.
You know, it's funny because where I'm from, like, you'd get made fun of if you did all that stuff with your truck.
Oh, they still make fun of you, but it doesn't stop you from doing it. Like they say, dude, you're an idiot. Why did you do that? But it looks cool anyway.
Or they make all the penis jokes.
Yeah. God damn it, Dylan.
Wow, you must have a massive personality.
And yes, except for the other directions are weird. Like we had a case with that too. Like our house, people don't refer to our house by its physical location.
Okay.
We live in the old Anderson house. Okay, which sounds like it would make sense. Except that the Andersons owned it in the 40s. It was owned by another family until the 80s.
Huh.
And then another family owned it from the 80s until we moved in.
So that's when the Anderson house for a long time.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Or so it's like things are referred to by where they used to be or who used to own them. And while this makes sense if you know the community, if some random dude walks up and asks for directions, it's like, oh yeah, it's 3 blocks. You go to the old Henderson house. You take 3 blocks to the right, and it's just across the burnt lot where a church used to be. It's like.
That's funny. Yeah, I'm from a suburb of like 25,000 people.
You see, that is, how should I say?
And it feels pretty small to me, but...
Actually, the example they gave is one that we've used. Like, we used to have a Dairy Queen in town. That is now a Chinese place. But if anybody asks, like, for directions near that, they'll say, like, oh yeah, it's just down the street from the old Dairy Queen, or I live behind the old Dairy Queen. Which is now the Golden Dragon Chinese restaurant, which is now out of business and is now an empty building.
Oh my god. Really?
Yeah.
Use my anger to control me.
Oh, that is weird.
Took all my sorrow.
And yes, everybody knows everybody. Going to the grocery store is a social experience.
Of course.
The cashier knows your name and probably has kids that go to school with your kids. And everyone you see in the grocery store will want to talk to you.
That must be why you threw all of your friends down there into the dungeon.
That's why I never want to be in a small town.
Like that sounds sort of okay, but also like
it's
if you're not in the mood for it, I can imagine it's rough.
Yeah. Like that's what this guy said. Like it's like the friendliness is great, unless when you're not in the mood to be friendly or you're in a hurry.
How tiny you can be.
Because then you're an ass who doesn't want to talk to your neighbor.
Beryl can see the goodness in your heart, but I'm afraid you've yet to.
And also, the cashier will chat with everybody.
Oh my.
Okay, put it back to Brenda, who works at the student center. You know her?
Been so selfish.
Yeah.
She didn't say anything.
Imagine
about
that at your grocery store.
She'd never tell anyone of my
Oh boy.
routine. She's too good.
You see, I'm afraid he
we
jumps
don't have
himself
that.
far too
Our
harshly.
grocery store is Walmart.
Why don't you just go talk to her?
Cub or
Yeah, we've got
several other places.
We've got the Anderson IGA.
No excuses. Come on,
Which
we'll
is
go with
it's
you.
a chain of, you know, the IGA, right? International Grocers Association. It's a chain of grocery stores
Okay.
that you'll find in the in like Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Canada.
Okay. I don't really know about it, but okay.
It's like it's technically a chain, but they wind up being basically mom and pop style things. And ours is owned by the Anderson family, which is one of the older families in town. Where I actually went to. The guy who owns it.
You live in their old house.
I live in one of their family members' old house.
That's so weird.
Like, and also, like, interestingly enough, there's a different Anderson family also owned it after the 80s.
Huh.
So it was owned by this branch of Andersons, then somebody else, then an entirely unrelated set of Andersons owned it, and then we own it. But when they call it the Anderson house, they mean the one from the 40s.
Jeez.
But,
Yeah, that's weird.
But yeah, like the Anderson family that owns the IGA, they're one of the other, like the dad. I go to school with two of the kids. I went to school with two of the kids, and their dad is also the head judge for the county courthouse.
Oh boy.
Because our town famously stole the county seat from another town back in the 1800s.
Famously.
Like, it's on the town history books. It's like one of those things where if you ask about the history of the town, they'll always bring that up.
Jeez.
Because what happened was there was this tiny petition Bayfield was an established town and has been an established town for forever. And they're kind of our longtime rivals. And before, like when my town was
rivals, man. Okay.
And when our town was starting up, it's like we had less people, but we were like getting big. And there was a petition, like we became finalized that this county was going to be a county, and like there was this massive petition to have our town as the county seat, which meant that all laws had to go through like the county courthouse in our town.
Oh my!
And like all the police stations in the area would be based off our town.
Gotcha.
And so there's a big petition. We somehow managed to do that, and then, however, Bayfield still didn't want to hand over all the necessary documents that we needed. So what they did, they went over to Bayfield, got everybody in the court really drunk.
Oh my god!
And then stole all the documents and the bell from the clock tower, loaded them up in wagons, and drove back.
Oh my! Yes. All for anarchy and chaos. Defy the system.
That's funny.
So yeah, like anyway, yeah, we're at the county seat. So the guy, he's actually a fairly important judge in the area. I went to school with his kids. His brother owns the grocery store, and we live in one of their family members' old house.
Yeah.
Also, for locals, dating people is really awkward.
Well, yeah.
I imagine.
Well, like not just for that, but like there's other reasons too. See, the thing is, there's a reservation 20 miles away, another reservation 30 miles away, and if you've got relatives on the reservation, you are cousins in half the town. So it's like, if you've got a name that's been in the area for like over 50 years, you will be related to everybody.
Oh man, that's uncomfortable. Never even had to think about that.
That's also how the entirety of Iceland operates.
Oh god!
Are you in my geography class? I did a speech
I'm not
about
in
it.
geography.
Okay. And it's like, basically, Iceland has 330,000 people in the entire country, most of which live in one big city. They're all descended from the same Norwegian people. And one of their biggest issues, they have a national database, a national genealogy database.
What?
So that people can make sure that they're not dangerously closely related when they hook up.
God.
And the people who work at the University of Reykjavik, like three students did for like some sort of project. They made an app for your phones that had like the entire database on it. And then you could what they do is you click the phones together and then it runs a check to make sure that you're not relatives.
Oh no.
And their slogan translates to as bump phones before you bump uglies.
It hurts me that they have to have that.
Oh god. It strains my brain just thinking about it.
It's funny.
Like, imagine that everybody in your country is your cousin, somehow. And that's more or less Iceland. Although Iceland's like an amazing place, and for other reasons too. For instance, the 2014 Pride Parade.
Okay.
In Reykjavik had 70,000 participants.
It's a big percentage of the country.
Yeah, the country only has 330,000 people, and they got 70,000 of them to march in the Pride Parade.
That's true.
They have an 86% approval rating of gay marriage. And they also have like one of the first countries to actually legally allow you to change your gender.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
If you like the procedure's like still being developed like for the legalist part of it, but like the system in place right now is you can petition to have your name and gender changed on all government documents if you've undergone enough hormonal therapy.
Interesting.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's neat.
I just don't speak Icelandic because Icelandic is a bitch to learn.
Didn't you show me a clip of Hellfire being sung in Icelandic?
See, like,
it is the most confusing thing you will hear. Yeah, look it up.
How's the file transfer?
I think it might be done. I'll have to check. It looks like it's done. I'm gonna check my documents. Yep, it's in there. Here you go.
Yeah, and then just run it and it'll update and stuff.
The language actually hasn't changed much since the year 1000.
Oh wow.
It's about as close to Old Norse as you can get. Umlauts everywhere, and they have two letters in the alphabet that no other country uses. They have the hard and the soft TH as letters.
I know Old English has that and stuff. It kind of looks like an E.
That's the hard TH. The one that looks like a circle with a finger sticking out the top, that's the soft TH.
Kind of feels like Finnish.
I actually understand a bit of this because of my Norwegian stuff, but
for me it's all French, so I don't get any of that.
Actually,
weird. To me, it's Greek.
Like the thing is, it's a Germanic language, and there's enough cognates that your average English speaker can like if you listen closely, you'll pick up bits and pieces.
That's how German actually feels. You can understand a lot of it if you speak English.
Here, Villa, it's her. I'll go ahead, head on me. Her eyes, dark. Me are dark. Like.
I'm alright.
So why are you running away?
It is sweet.
in.
What?
God damn it, Poopy.
It's a fun language. And I can kind of speak it. It's just, I know Norwegian and can get by with a little bit of difficulty. This is close enough to Norwegian that I think I can do it, and then look at it and realize, Brenne alle Paris til grunna. What do you think that means? Brenne all Paris til grunna. Burn all Paris to the ground.
I was gonna say, yeah, I sort of got that. I was like, burn all Paris?
Yeah, brenne all Paris til grunna. It's a Germanic language.
Right.
Burn all of Paris to the ground. Translates pretty decently, but yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cool looking at like the different like Germanic languages and stuff. Because last year I took a course. It was a survey of English literature.
Oh, it was Lang Focus English.
And like we like analyzed Beowulf and like had to write like a paper on like what we thought one word like the meaning was for it, like the intentional meaning.
Like here's a video I watched where it's like this guy he uses a channel called Lang Focus and he just analyzes like every language ever. And apparently there's a language out there where what they did, they took English and got rid of all the Latin-based words.
Huh.
To return English to its full Germanic state.
And did they take out the French-based stuff too?
All the French-based stuff, all the Latin-based stuff, all the Greek stuff. And then for fun, one of the guys heading the movement published a physics paper in it. And the thing is, it makes sense if you're an English speaker.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just sounds goofy because it's like, in order to find terms that make sense, they have to use like derpy medieval sounding stuff.
Right.
Like for example, instead of using matter, they have to say stuff.
That's funny.
How appropriate.
Let's see if I can find this translation.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Get out!
So it was just something that people kind of figured out for shits.
Yeah, it's like Esperanto, basically. You know Esperanto, right? It's supposed to be the universal language.
Damn it!
It was developed by a Spaniard, so it strongly resembles Spanish. But it's like simplified, really easy to learn. Really, like, it's technically perfect, but it's awkward in order to achieve that perfection.
Yeah. Right. Just like there's technically a programming language that's also possible to speak because every word only has like one meaning or something.
Yeah.
We did it!
So you think?
Yeah.
What does he want here?
He must be with Organization 13. Ever heard of the Nobodies? When a strong-hearted person turns into a heartless, a nobody is created too.
Old English is very hard.
See, the organization, they've got control of all the nobodies.
Learn it.
That's right. They were gonna make you into a heartless. That way
Sounds
they could get
derpy
that
and medieval,
nobody of
but it
yours
works.
and have control over it.
You're right.
Bell.
because the cause part of because is of Romance origin. Since is just a Germanic alternative to because. Ithin is a real English word, which is still used in some dialects of Northern England and I believe also in Scotland. And of course, when I speak of that man who's wearing Ithin, I'm referring to a name-known
Sorry, I wasn't myself. I hope I haven't done anything.
A famous actor I've seen on the TV.
Yeah.
A famous actor I've seen on the television. Name known as a
Forgive me.
word that comes from
I know you weren't yourself. You don't have to apologize.
Weird. Didn't guess that one.
But I had hoped.
See, you learn this to talk with people, not to actually use it.
Right.
But for some underlords like Witchship, we deal with many more.
I am afraid time is running short.
What do you mean?
Remember the rules?
Precisely. You see, if the master can learn to laugh and earn another return before the last petal falls,
The spell will be broken.
Really? You think he's gonna make it?
We think so.
Matter and force.
Yeah.
Yup, I think you're right.
I hope you're right.
World canon. Physics. Beholding means theory. Stuff, I believe, means matter. Work, I think, means energy. And workstead means workplace.
Stuff.
The 5 kinds of stuff, or the first stuffs, which link together in sundry ways and rise to the rest. You are respecting 2 more stuffs. From the stuff, the lightest and barest, to the stuff, the heaviest. First stuffs are elements. This is a regular English word. It's just let's call it.
It sounds.
It's stupid. But it's great.
Other stuff means uranium. In my land, it seems like English, but somewhat weird English. English is interesting because by trying to read it or use it, you get a sense of just how much we normally rely on non-Germanic vocabulary when we speak English. On the other hand, you learn that it is possible to speak English without any non-Germanic
What
words
happened?
if you're willing to use some
Do you have to go?
Yeah.
Grammar is the same.
Well, no more arguing. Okay.
Substituting different vocabulary. So the question of the day: do you think of linguistic purism?
We'll
like
see to it.
English? Do you think
I
that
can't
the
do
way
it.
to remove
you are welcome here
Or
anytime.
do you see those foreign influences as
If you hear anything about Riku,
I mean,
or the
they are.
King, the Heartless, the organization, anything
It's
at
still
all,
interesting
let
to
us
see,
know.
but yeah, I don't think there's any like practical reason to do
Okay,
it.
gotta go.
That's
See, that's Lang Focus. He's got an entire channel with like a couple hundred videos of that kind of stuff.
Interesting.
Do I have another piece of pizza?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you.
And now we can
Learning about Basque
right.
is fun.
Yeah.
Winnie the Pooh.
Because Basque is the fuck you to linguistic theory.
Yeah.
Like, you know how most languages fit into a couple families? Like, you've got Indo-European, which
I
is
wonder
just
what's
about
up.
everything that's not Asian, and then you've got the Sinic languages, which are just about everything else in Asia. And then you've got a couple of native languages which all fit into their own families.
Right.
Come on.
Basque is weird because it's right in the middle of Europe, but it's not related to any Indo-European language, or in fact, any other language at all.
Huh.
Well now.
Okay.
Took your time, did you?
Basque holds nothing in common with any other language.
Yes, yes.
Nothing.
But it seems I used too
Nothing in
much power
common.
in
Like,
doing so.
their numbers
Those
are different. Their vocabulary
infernal
is not related. Like, there's no cognates
what's up?
from Basque to anything else except maybe
Well,
Spanish.
I happened
But that's
to stumble
because
across
Spanish
this
loanwords
Zulu
because they live in what's basically Spain. So it's like, yeah, eventually get like most people who speak Basque can speak Spanish, and so like the slang of Basque has evolved to sound very Spanish. But actual Basque is its own thing. And like the best estimate that scientists have is that it's based off the language that sprouted basically in prehistoric times. Like during the last ice age, major ice age, there was like people who lived in the region. They spoke this particular language.
I wonder how Pooh's doing.
But the thing is, due to the geography of where the Basques live, it's all very mountainous with almost nothing of value. So these people, they just lived there forever because nobody wanted to invade them because A, it's the mountains, and B, it's got sheep and nothing else. Like no minerals, no agricultural wealth. It's a bunch of subsistence shepherds. Jeez. And so this language, which is like this ancient language, which is entirely unrelated to other modern languages, is there somehow. And trying to
spell
BASQUE.
Okay, I was thinking that's what it was.
Winnie the Pooh.
I wonder if Pooh's home.
Otherwise known as side quest. Or at least it becomes one.
So it's like it's kind of regarded as like a curiosity for linguistic scholars, just because.
Euskal Herritik nago, nator, eta, bueno, herria entzo deitzen da, Bizkaiko kostaldean. New Yorkera etorri nintzen orain dela, bi urte, hasieran oso zaila da, eta, bueno, lehenengo hilabetea oso zaila izan zen. Ez nuen inor ere ez ezagutzen osoan ez ez
I was gonna say, yeah, I can see kind of the, well, I can hear kind of the Spanish, like, borrowings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's weird.
Here, listen to this. The sound of the whoosh, like sucking wind for the blade, is delayed.
Cool. Like
there's like swing, whoosh.
It's like to put things in perspective. Like over the years, Basque has evolved into Spanish, but with its own set of vocabulary,
Hey, Pooh Bear,
and
how you doing?
and also
Finding enough
the
honey
hard
lately?
Z and the hard K
yes.
sound.
In fact, I was just about to do my stoutness exercises.
Like
Would you like
it's
to join me,
you have like a
Sora?
lot of words that sound like a lot of like
I'm
almost
game.
Germanic with their hard consonants. The Basque really like hard consonants and the letter Z,
Right.
which Spanish obviously does not. It's just like when they try to patch together like what's Basque and what's a Spanish influence, they wind up with this language.
Interesting.
Like we're actually talking with James, like making a deity. Like I had to look up a name that started with E for me that was related to water.
Mm-hmm.
And the one I found, it was a Basque word meaning storm, spelled Ekaitz.
Did you bring the book, Sora?
Do you know how to say it?
The best guess I could have was Ekaitz.
Okay.
Hey!
Which it's obviously not a Spanish word.
Yeah.
But it's not Germanic either, because it would sound like storm.
Yeah. See, I like stuff like that because for like MMOs, I like to name my characters based on their language.
Okay. I'm the same way, but with like Scandinavian languages.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's fun to like kind of have that sort of basis for it.
I think like in all the D&D campaigns,
okay?
after Ryan's I've been in, my characters share the same last name, Nordahl.
What does it mean?
Well,
of the
I guess
Northern
we could
Valley.
explain.
Gotcha.
Great.
Yeah, in Guild Wars, all of my characters are named Skirpan. Skirpan, and then like a last name.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool because you can have spaces in your name in Guild Wars. So like my necromancer's name is Skirpan Qualu. I don't remember what Qualu means, but something to do with necromancers, some sort of death thing. It's kind of
Now everything's gone.
Like in the Roll20, Lars Nordahl is my bard. I don't see too many Larses all over the place. It's like using the name, it's just like, oh hi, I exist. This
So
language
glad you're
exists.
okay, Pooh.
And I'm glad you came to visit. But
Balder,
you see,
people know
I
Balder
was just
because
about to
Baldur's
begin
Gate,
my stoutness
but most
exercises.
people don't know, like, the
Perhaps we
mythology
could visit a
behind
bit later.
I have no idea.
Somebody I don't know.
He was the Old Norse god of beauty,
Sure.
basically.
He,
So,
His
how's
whole
Bigfoot
shtick was
these days?
he wasn't really the god of anything because he's said to have died.
No,
He's one of the
where
he was the god that died
yes,
before
my
Ragnarok,
stoutness exercises.
Okay.
and his thing was like
Hey,
Thor Ragnarok. Yeah.
he was born to Freya, and he was this absolutely perfect, like amazing, stunningly handsome child.
Yeah.
something very
And then
weird
Freya
is
had heard a
happening
prophecy
here.
that he was going to get killed.
Maybe I
So
better
she
go back and
understandably
ask
flipped the
Merlin
fuck
about
out.
this.
However, the way she flipped the fuck out was weird in Norskadi, i.e. she walked around the world and asked everything on the earth to not harm her son. Like, she talked to the rocks, she talked to the trees, she talked to all the animals.
Really?
And asked them, okay, can you, for me, could you, like, not hurt my kid?
Weird.
And because...
Helicopter parenting at its finest, ladies and gentlemen.
And because she's a god, stuff agreed.
Right.
Well, in her haste to save her son's ass, she forgot to talk to the mistletoe. Well, okay, fine. So, but like, she gets back and she tells her family that, oh yeah, Baldur's safe now. So the Norse gods, being the dumbass Vikings they are, decide to hold a party. They do so by getting everybody really swifty, and also celebrate by throwing stuff at Baldur and watching it stop in midair before it hits him.
Oh my.
So then Loki, being the jackass he is, walks up to Baldur's blind brother Hood and gives him a dart made of mistletoe. Now Hood is blind, but he's really strong, even for a god. And Loki's just like, okay, yeah, you want to be getting with the fun? Throw this at that right there. And Loki aims it for him, and then Hood just 90-mile-an-hour fastball with this little itty-bitty dart made of mistletoe.
Jeez.
Hits Baldur in the heart, kills him instantly.
Damn!
And that is how the god of poetry, beauty, and music died.
Wow.
Wow!
It's kind of cool.
They turned his blood into the mead of song, and then basically distributed it around the world. Odin gave it to aspiring bards who he felt were worthy, and it made them like basically super poets.
Huh.
Mead.
Although the way that happened was a bit more sketchy. Also, that mead got stolen by a giant, and Odin had to get it back. But that's a different story. Involving Odin turning into a snake and sleeping with a girl in a mountain.
Of course.
That mead of poetry has like one of the largest amount of stories about it, because there's like 4 or 5 different things about how it got stolen and how it was recovered and stolen again. Like first, a couple of dwarves took it and then kept it for themselves, and there's a story about how Thor got it back. Then it was in Asgard, and then a giant stole it, then Odin had to get it back from the giant. In addition to like the whole story about Baldur and how it was made. I guess it's 3, but 3 stories about this goddamn booze.
Oh, that's funny.
Only the Vikings could write a multi-stage story in their mythology about alcohol.
Of course!
There's a reason they call me Vikings.
Also, apparently, like, well, Valhalla is the traditional, like, you know, that's the afterlife as you think about it in all the Norse mythology.
Right.
The god of the sea actually has a pretty decent gig going.
Really?
Yeah. Basically, the Vikings obviously had a long and storied tradition of dying at sea, but with all their longboats and sailing.
Right.
So, like, in their mythos, if you died at sea and had enough money to pay your way in, or basically to cover, if you had enough cash to handle the cover fee, you could go to Ren, the god of the sea's place, which was basically this nightclub forever.
Yay!
There's worse places.
So it's like, well, it's not as honorable as like Valhalla, because like there you're fighting to save the end of the world.
Right.
However, you still get to drink and party all day because, you know, dying at sea happens, and then we're not gonna punish you for dying on your way to raiding.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Damn right! I want that place!
So you pay Rad your gold coin, and then you enter the feast hall, and then you just drink booze, and then pig out for all eternity. With everyone else who died at sea.
Oh, that's funny.
Damn right! That's my afterlife that I want.
Valhalla's the same, but then you fight people after the meal is done.
Oh, yeah, no. I just want to party.
I'm pretty well stored in Viking mythology. I spent 6 years at a camp learning this stuff.
Nice.
And the language.
Yeah, I only really know much about the Greek mythology. It's from like the Percy Jackson stuff.
Yeah.
And that's kind of typical, it feels like.
I know the stuff from the Percy Jackson as well as like a couple of books and stuff.
You know, I dropped them though, like once they started going on like past the initial series. Like I never read much of the Egyptian stuff. I didn't read the Greek
Oh,
stuff.
the Egyptian stuff isn't even related. That's a separate, that's its own entity.
I did read some of it though, and I didn't get super far into it. I seem to remember it being like super like trippy actually.
The Egyptian stuff is definitely trickier than the Greek stuff.
Which, to be fair, I think I prefer that. Like I'd almost rather a weirder story.
Yeah. Have either of you read the book Good Omens?
No, but I've read. I don't read too much Gaiman, but I have read Gaiman and Pratchett working together.
Yeah, and so
have you read The Long Earth?
No.
That's like one of the big ones of Pratchett and Neil Gaiman working together. It's the same guy who did Good Omens.
Okay.
And the story basically goes like, there's actually like the Earth as we know it is only one of several hundred Earths.
Okay.
But basically one day this dude like dies and then just releases all over the internet this box. Like these plans for making it's a wooden box with a potato in it.
Box.
There's nothing fancy about it. It just has to be wired just so with a switch.
Yes.
And the wood has to be just so this big. But it's simple enough that even kids can make these things.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing that box has on it is a little switch labeled left and right. By flipping the switch to the left, you go to the Earth to the left. You slip dimensions and you're in an alternate reality on a slightly different Earth.
Huh. Okay.
And it goes over 300 in each direction.
Jeez.
So now, all of a sudden, resource conflicts are pointless because you can just hop over to the next one. And there's an empty planet at your disposal.
Guess we were a little off.
Okay.
Oh, so it's not like alternate Earths, like all with the same people or something?
It's like only humans as we know it only live on one Earth. Everything else is Earth without humans.
Is there like other species that have like become?
There are Sasquatches, but they're nomadic. The reason we never see too many of these things on our
swab Earths.
Yeah, because they don't need a special box. They can just teleport to another plane, but if they try hard enough.
Oh my god, that is awesome.
So the ones that we see are the ones that are passing through and just happen to be spotted by people.
Oh, that's funny.
But, like...
Interesting.
You know Wonder Boy?
Good Omens is a nice little story about the apocalypse and
Looks like we have a
taking
friend in
the twist
common.
with God,
Name's
the
Miller.
devil, the Antichrist,
My friends call me.
and they make a comedy about it. And it's like...
The devil is one dapper dude.
No, that's the thing though. You don't get to see the devil, or
Maybe I'm thinking
you
of somebody
never
else.
see the devil.
Like, what's his name? Not Crowley, it's like...
Crowley.
I have the book here. Oh, that he's not really the devil. He's just a demon.
He's a demon.
And
Like,
he's hilarious.
Here, let me read you the cast list.
It's diamond, so you know it's good. Actually, I've read a couple fanfics where it's the deaths from Good Omens and the deaths from Discworld yucking it up. You've read Discworld, right?
I have not.
Oh my gosh,
My friends really like it, but
Discworld Death is hilarious. He's an anthropomorphic personification of death, and he knows it. Like, he knows that I look this way because society expects me to.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
And he's deep down a very good being. He's not a person, but like he has a job and he does it. And he tries desperately to understand people and their motivations.
Yeah.
He doesn't judge you. He doesn't do anything to you. He just shows up, tells you that yes, you're dead. The afterlife that you believe in is that way.
Interesting. I like the whole thing with like, oh yes, this is the one you believe in, so that's what you get.
Well, yeah. He's there to help people realize they're dead and move on. And like he can pretend to judge people, or when people see him, they think they're being judged.
but in reality, the judging that they're doing is all in their own mind.
Right.
So if you think that, oh shit, I'm dead, I'm going to hell, you go to hell.
Right.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's like, okay.
Interesting. And he's just like, he has friends, like, and a granddaughter.
Oh, cute.
Even though he's an 8-foot tall skeleton in a black cloak with a scythe. See, the story behind that one is he adopted an apprentice one day. Just this random human kid he picks up and decides, hey, I need an apprentice. Because I'm a busy dude.
Someone else help me.
And the apprentice has kids. And because the apprentice temporarily took on the full responsibility of death. Because death went AWOL.
Oh boy.
For a moment. Like, he saw humanity and decided he couldn't take it anymore. He joined the French Foreign Legion to forget. Because this is how magic books work.
Me too.
Yes.
Death joins the French Foreign Legion. And, like, in his app, and also works as a short order cook.
Nice.
Well, of course.
Well, appreciate it.
If death isn't a short order cook, then what is a short order cook?
And, like, I might be mixing up my
Then
books
who
here.
else would be a short ordered cook?
This is either Mort or a different book. Mort's the one where he gets an apprentice. And basically either his apprentice or his granddaughter has to take over the job. But, like, because his apprentice, like, inherited somehow some of the powers of death through study, his granddaughter can also, like, take on the aspects of death. Like, she can use his voice. For those who don't understand, like, basically in all the Pratchett books, whenever Death speaks, he uses a different font and in all caps.
The same thing happens in this book, too, when you meet Death.
So it's like... So, like, Susan Bones. Because, of course, that's her goddamn last name. If she wants to really make somebody pay attention, she can speak using Death's voice, and then all of a sudden the font changes.
Yay!
And you feel a compulsion to obey her. She also can phase through walls, but she also hates that part of her because she just wants to be a normal person.
Right.
And she's like, every time she uses it, she knows she becomes closer to what her father and what her grandfather are.
Right.
So
does it, like, actually change her?
Well,
when she uses it, or is it
Cruella
just,
de Vil
like...
style hair now, and like she loses part of her humanity every time she uses her powers.
Okay, so that's...
And it will eventually, if she does it enough, become like a personification of death.
Right. I mean, there is worse things to be. Probably.
There's the time she also the death of rats as a character. There was Death is having this existential crisis.
Yeah.
This is a different book, but like Death has a couple existential crises. But like
I would.
In the book
Who wouldn't?
In the book Reaper Man. Basically, either that's the one where Death goes AWOL, or it's another one where Death goes AWOL.
And is Death like the main character in these?
In some of the books. In some of the books, there's like 3 groups of main characters. There's the city guard, which have their own set characters, and they tend to read like mystery, crime noir type books.
Okay.
You've got the witches books, which are like rural Scotland stories making fun of fairy tales. You have the wizards books, which are like adventure action books that make fun of Conan the Barbarian. Then you've got death books, which kind of fill in the holes, and a couple of standalones.
Cool. It sounds like the death books would be fun to read on their own.
Well, they are. All the death books more or less.
Can you read them standalone?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, the death books in particular are standalones. Like, you don't need to know the rest of the plot. The other death books make an appearance in every other book. So it's like, hey, it's that guy. Like, he hates the new narrative trend. Because not death, but this world literally runs on narrativium. As in, stories drive reality.
Okay.
And so it's like, death, like, bemoans the new trend of near-death experiences, which means he has to show up every time a person almost dies.
Oh, that must be
like,
frustrating.
And he's like, I'm wasting my time. But no, this isn't going to be the last time you see me. Have fun. But like once you get past like the first couple books Pratchett published, because there was some early installment weirdness.
Yeah.
We hadn't quite codified the characters.
Yeah.
But like once the characters get solidified, like Death really is a nice, friendly dude who just happens to be the last thing most people see.
Oh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to read those then.
Yeah.
That sounds really interesting.
Run away!
My favorite books of the series are more or less standalones, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you've got, like, the top two for me are Small Gods and The Night Watch.
I think I've heard of both of those, actually.
I think I probably told you about them. Small Gods...
Well, some of my friends are really into
Small Gods is a standalone that kind of features the History Monks, another group of characters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're actually
History Monks?
History Monks. They're MI6 for time.
It's not what I expected.
They're a bunch.
They're
a bunch of Tibetan Buddhists who go around and make sure history happens as it's supposed to happen. Lu Sang.
So they have like a grand scope knowing of how history is supposed to play out.
Yeah. They spend most of the time meditating in their monasteries.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of them devise curious gadgets. His name is spelled Q-U, pronounced Q.
Why is there more than one letter? It's just like the word Q. Like, there's 4 unnecessary letters there.
Well, like in what? Like,
No,
like,
don't you get it? All the other letters are waiting in line.
Like one of the things he's seen doing is he makes an exploding tambourine that he hands out to some random monk in in a scene where they're delivering exposition. I tell you that it's MI6. Only they're Tibetan Buddhists, and their main operative is this bald guy. Is this wrinkly bald monk with who's missing half his teeth, whose name is spelled Lu space TZE, and they make a couple jokes about like only the most fearful of people know how to actually pronounce his name. Lucy.
I was gonna say it's Lucy.
And he goes around and he trolls with history.
Yeah.
And he's like, Small Gods is a book where he appears as like a minor character.
Yeah.
And like the main plot behind that is the Om, the great god Om, who is basically God in the Abrahamic sense.
Okay. Like Yahweh. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, like gods in Discworld run on belief. When more people believe strongly in them, the gods are really strong.
It's a popular concept.
Om has an interesting conundrum. His church has been established for centuries.
Yeah.
However, people are believing in the church, not in him. He comes down to Earth to try to, just be like, because gods in Discworld are kind of little loopy, little dim. He goes down to Earth just to like show off and mess around. He was aiming for a flaming bison. He got stuck as a turtle.
Oh my god.
7 years.
Oh, come on.
Because as it turns out, there is one person in the world who truly believes in him.
He believes he's a turtle.
And so he believes in his god, and his god is a turtle. Who he carries around in a backpack, trying to like stop his country from imploding into civil war.
And
it's
That's like kind of precious, actually.
And the book itself is this really, really good like satire and discussion on how religion should work. Mm-hmm. And it's a really amazing book. Like, it makes fun of all sorts of like all the Middle East, basically, but it does so tastefully. Like, that's hard to do.
I was gonna say, because like for me as a Christian, I really appreciate like criticisms of Christianity because I think they're really
like
important for me to realize,
It's a really good book when it comes to like concepts of religion.
What book is that?
Small Gods.
Small Gods, okay.
And then the other one I really like is it's technically it's a member of it's a part of the City Watch series.
Mm-hmm.
But it serves kind of as both a standalone and a prequel at the same time being a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like a side story.
Sort of like basically the plot behind The Night Watch was that the main character of the City Watch books, Captain Sam Vimes, is chasing this random criminal. Mm-hmm. And gets hurled back in time through some magical disturbance caused by the library, the wizard's library. See, think of it this way: knowledge is power, power is energy, energy is mass, mass is matter. Therefore, libraries can create black holes.
Oh my god!
Oh, that's dorky.
Okay.
Also, all libraries are connected by an interdimensional space called L-space.
Well, obviously.
And basically, this magical thunderstorm sweeps down, hits the library, and teleports him and the criminal back in time. And basically, and the whole thing is a parody of Les Mis, of all things.
Really?
Yeah.
Because he gets
How?
Okay, the commander of the City Watch gets hurled back 20 years.
Okay.
To when he was in the Watch, and the city was in the brink of civil war, and he has to stop the civil war and stop his younger self from getting killed, and teach his younger self how to be a cop. All ruthlessly mocking Les Mis. It's a really interesting study in politics and rebellion and like what it means to be a good person.
Interesting.
Pretty soon the underworld's gonna be standing room only.
Oh, but
Why don't you just
here.
pick
So
somebody
I'll
already
read you an
dead and save
excerpt
him
from
the trouble?
this, where it's like an excerpt that won't like give away too much story. So one of his aides took the calculation further and was able to announce triumphantly that the Earth was created on Sunday, the 21st of October, 4004 BC, at exactly 9 a.m. because God liked to get work done early in the morning while he was feeling fresh. This too was incorrect by almost a quarter of an hour. The whole business with the fossilized dinosaur skeletons was a joke that paleontologists haven't seen yet. This proves two things. Firstly, that God moves in extremely mysterious, not to say circuitous ways. God does not play dice with the universe. He plays an inevitable game of his own devising, which might be compared from the perspective of any of the other players, i.e. everyone, to being involved in an obscure and complex version of poker in a pitch dark room with blank cards for infinite stakes with a dealer who won't tell you the rules and who smiles all the time. Secondly, the Earth's a Libra.
Interesting.
Okay, here we go.
And like the whole story is about like the Antichrist is born, but he gets misplaced.
Okay.
And so shit goes down.
What the hell? I found it.
And I finished it last summer, and I was glad I did.
Yeah, lately I'm really into Isaac Asimov.
Okay, so what kind of link do you want for? If you hand me your little flash drive, I can put them on you.
I want to finish this portion before the night is over.
I've got a PDB, and I've got.
Thank you, Donald.
I've got a JPEG. JPEG? Yeah, I'm confused by that one too, and I've got an EPUB.
What's the difference?
Well, one's a picture.
Okay, for argument's sake, I don't want the JPEG.
I'm not sure what a PDB is, and then EPUB is like an ebook.
EPUB's really cool.
Okay, I'll just make sure it works. This looks like it works.
What's down there?
Just the underworld's deepest dungeon. This time
Okay,
I'm bringing out
see if I
the
can open this
lover
thing.
of all bad guys.
See, just make sure it works and it's not sketchy as balls.
Okay, so Hades, voiced by original voice actor James Woods in this.
Well, maybe I should go.
There were some actors that came back, so he'll start talking soon. So, and you'll love it. This is one of my favorite worlds in this game because of Hades.
Okay. Copy.
Let's cut to the chase.
I forget who this even is.
I
Orin
let you out of the slam.
from Final Fantasy
No
X.
strings.
Oh,
You'll be free as a bird. And all for one little job. Fight Hercules in the Colosseum to the death.
Okay, yep. One's an ebook, one's a PDF, and they're both on here.
Mine.
And
you're not part of it.
the thing about Orin,
Did you forget who you're talking to? I am the Lord of the Dead.
No wonder no one wants to die.
damn. Anyway, if you play Final Fantasy X all the way through, you learn the significance as to why Orin is placed in this specific area of the world.
haven't played any of them.
Yeah, but it's I'm just saying it's like
Hades.
I first played.
I found a hilarious picture. Okay.
You know how American English speaks really fast?
Yeah.
I feel kind of funny.
That's fine. See, that's the thing. In the underworld, heroes are zeros.
Oh gosh. They must have accelerated.
No.
But I've got to talk to Hades.
Just someone who's a rapper.
What was that?
Can't fight him here. We
But
have to go.
the thing that bothered me, the thing that bothered me was that I knew who Auron was because I knew a little bit about Final Fantasy X. I knew that he was from there.
Excuse me for a second, you're back.
Yeah, and then, but then I saw him in here, and I'm just like, why are you dead? Because in this, he's dead. And so I'm just like, why are you dead? You find out in Final Fantasy X, spoiler alert, you find out that he is dead the entire game. He's just managed to maintain his soul so that he can be alive outside from the, I don't know what they call it, but basically in Final Fantasy X, he's dead throughout the entire time. He should be dead. And so when
he's just that gutsy.
Yeah. And so when I found that out, I'm just like, it makes sense now.
Actually, wait. You want the Jagera books too? I can find those.
Sure.
Okay.
Do you want that last piece of pizza?
Sure, I'll eat it if you don't want it.
I do not want it. And also, I do not want to
carry one piece of pizza home.
Alright, finish this portion and then we can call it a night.
I know.
Don't count on it.
Huh?
You want it as an ebook?
Leaving so soon?
Whatever.
Okay.
Alright.
So is Auron a bad guy in his...
No.
In the Final Fantasy stuff? No?
No.
Why did Hades refer to him as a bad guy?
Because he's
done bad things, he's just...
Auron has done things that... Because, as I mentioned before, he's supposed to be dead in Final Fantasy X. It's just that... And so, later in this game, he phrases it like that. I exist. That is my crime. And so, and then in Final Fantasy X, he's also done some... It's that same thing. He's done things that he shouldn't be alive, and he's fully aware of it. Yay! Continue. Damn it. Now we gotta go through all that again. Fine!
Oh, lucky you're driving.
Nope. Not for a while, at least.
What is an LR?
Left, right, file.
Bugger if I know. I'm not downloading that. Okay.
LRF, let's read for fun.
There you go. Wow, I didn't even get close.
Okay, good.
One's an HTML
I got
file.
wrecked.
Okay.
HTML?
That means you can just open it in Chrome, right?
Yep.
HTML files, what I always do is I just open them and then I copy all the text and put it in another Word document.
You know what? Bugger this. I'm trying to figure out the chronological order and I can't.
Oh
because
boy.
it was written achronologically. Like, okay. The prologue
like, okay, the first book in the series, chronologically, is Jarek. However, from within the actual series itself, Jarek is like a third of the whole book. So...
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, the book's written, like, out of order.
Gotcha.
The series is written out of order. But the compendiums, like the where it's like it has these 3 books in it, are in chronological order, more or less, sort of.
That's it.
So. No,
I feel kind of funny.
You can probably find it. You can probably read it any order you want.
That's the thing.
Honestly,
In the end of the world,
I'll just give you the files.
Are zeros. Comes with the territory. Go now.
But I've got to talk.
Yeah. Download that.
That's it.
I'm out!
You know, the thing with like game universes and stuff is I really enjoy learning like the lore and stuff behind it.
Yeah.
But like I often don't really care if like who it is. Like I'd almost rather just read about it.
Right.
That's kind of where I am with like, things like Final Fantasy.
Oh, yeah. Like, Final Fantasy X, when I found out how long the game was, like, it especially got me off it where I didn't want to play it. Like, I was already starting to get off it because I don't like turn-based combat. I prefer this.
Right.
And
On
so,
restriction, I can only download 5 things every 24 hours. Okay. So, you got the first... I got the first 4. Okay. Chronologically.
Okay. I can look it up.
I can't tell. I can't tell.
there we go.
Your pain shall be twofold.
Yeah, when I found out how long the game was, I decided, yeah, I'm just gonna... It's about... When I looked up cutscenes itself, I believe it was around 10 hours. For just a cutscenes,
You're
though.
really good. Are you some
And
kind
so
of
I'm-
hero?
Hearts is similar.
This is Kingdom Hearts.
No,
I know.
I'm no hero.
In terms of how much
just a-
long there is of cutscenes, it's pretty close.
It's more like 3 or 4, though, for that. But it's like... But, it's like...
I'm sorry.
I saw 10 hours, and then I'm just like, that's not including grinding, that's not including the leveling up system, which I knew was completely different. It was like a grid system, instead of just like a normal, okay, all your stats are boosted, sort of thing. You actually had to go in and boost the stats yourself, and at that point I'm just like, no, I'm just looking at what the heck's going on.
Well, the thing is, if you have to do it yourself, you can just look up like a build guide.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's not bad.
Here you go.
Alright. I said alright.
Alright. I thought you said hurry and I was confused.
Take your time.
Alright. Yeah, then I'll just
Is it,
sign this off.
when it stops blinking, it's done, right?